Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're having a great Tuesday. That feels like a Monday because if you have kids, they were home. So I hope today you're having a great day and don't have a case of the Mondays. My name is Michelle Christidis. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel, Angel Insight. I'm so happy that you're here. Every single Wednesday, I go live with the Animal Wisdom, Spark of Wisdom. So I'll be going live tomorrow night as well. But I got a daily insight. I got an insight, and it's time to go live. This particular insight is a little bit different than the ones that we've gotten before. So I'm truly very excited to do this. And you'll be hopefully seeing this several times as this is a collective message about a yearly challenge for the collective. And I think it's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and start with how it all started. I've been working on, working on some artwork. It's something I'm being pushed into. It's something that I just naturally love. It's definitely not something I'm really, really great at, but I'll have to tell you, I've been working on this has been coming in. It was inspired by spirit, and I was told to add certain elements and to do it any way that I want. And you'll see the picture when you come in, but here it is in my draft book. And this is all about the yearly challenge for 2023. That's how it came in. We were hearing that this is the Chinese year of the bunny. And it really just got something started in early January. I've been working on this for a bit. And it turned out pretty great, don't you think? But that is what the inspiration is for today's oracle. It is a progressive oracle, which means that there are actually I didn't even realize it until I was finished, but there are 6 elements. And so you're asked to choose which element you see first. And whenever you come here, this is timeless. And then you'll come back. The hope is that you'll come back 60 days or so later for the next part of the challenge. Okay. So whatever you see first, I'm going to go in order. There are definitely 6 different types of things that you can see first. We've got the hare we're going to start with. We've got the rose inside the glass covered dish. We have the snake. We have the sun. We have the vegetation. And we have the rocks in the background. And there are only 6 elements. And those are the 6 elements that are going to come together to not to manifest, but to evolve humanity over this next year. So this is about taking 6 elements, putting them together, and creating evolution. The challenge is what I like to lovingly refer to as challenge number 44. So I was getting that this particular challenge will start post-eclipse. It will start in May, even though we have advice right now. The actual challenge 44 will start in the month of May after the eclipse. I'm getting that the 2023 is all about the number 44. And when you count with me, you'll see what that is. So let's count the chakras together. We have the treasure chest, which is the earth star chakra. We have the root chakra. We have the sacral chakra, and the number 4 is the solar plexus. So this is a collective activation involving the solar plexus, and then we're going to go up 4 more: the heart chakra, the higher heart chakra. Number 7 is the throat chakra, and number 8 is the well of dreams chakra. So this is a challenge collectively available to all of us about using our magic and our imagination is really what it's all about, to continue to evolve. And what we're doing is we're trailblazing those tracks to what I referred to a few months ago as the 8D. Okay, we're laying down the track work for the earth to ascend and for us all to ascend higher and higher dimensions. And of course, this is all about, I have received in my awakening that when we get to the 8th dimension, this is really a big deal because we get to shed our shadow self. Okay. And so this is where it's going to take, I'm actually kind of nervous doing this. To be honest, I'm a little nervous sharing this oracle. It is shared in a very different way than I've gotten anything. So let's go ahead and get started. That is the collective message. And look at this. We're starting at 444 on the clock. That is just so beautiful, actually. Okay. So 444 always means to me right place, right time. All right. So at 444, we're going to start with the very first pile. Now, it doesn't matter what you see first. We're going to start with the hare. Okay. So we have a collective message for the hare. So should you have chose that first, we have a message from Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel says, listen, hear it, your beat, your heart. No more burrow and whirl. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Faith now more. And as there was a vision, as the hare is looking at the rose, I heard the song, every breath I take, every move I make. That was the song coming in for those that chose the hare first, okay? So the hare is a little bit different than the rabbit. The hare is its own animal and it does not burrow in the ground. Instead, it comes up and it lives amongst everything else. And so that is very key and very relative to what we're talking here. We're talking about coming out of the 33 challenge, which is the challenge of what? That is the challenge between the divine feminine. That's actually the heart awakening, what a lot of people call the night, the dark night of the soul. This is the heart awakening, which is the healing to the divine feminine. So we're coming out of that challenge. That was the challenge for 2022. So say the angels. The 33 was 2022, and now we're moving into the 44. So let's get some more information about what the hare wants to say to us. Now, we've got lots of oracle that's come forward, okay, you guys? So just bear with. This might take some time. I'm not really sure. There's quite a few cards here. We're starting with, we're going to be going chakra by chakra, okay? We've talked about 6 elements coming together. So how the 6 elements come together for you right now at this point in time, if you chose the hare, is first of all your earth star chakra. Now your earth star chakra is the one that connects you to the earth. And what we have here is the Venus rose. This is from the Emergence Oracle, which is actually, I just love it because it's from a friend of mine. And I love the synchronicity that Venus is coming up here, the Venus rose specifically, as Venus goes throughout its transit throughout the cosmos, which it does all the time. But I've mentioned a couple times that Venus is the star of 2023. And it really has a lot to do with Venus going through its transit this particular year as we transition in between ages, okay? So it's not my first time saying that as we're transitioning from the age Aquarius, from the Piscean age into the age Aquarius. Venus is doing a huge healing. This is the huge healing that we're talking about, the 33 to our sacral chakra and our higher heart chakra. So this is such a beautiful representation of what Venus does. It creates this pattern as it goes throughout its transit. So we've got in the earth star chakra, love, beauty, cosmic order, everything being put back into order, okay? Because in some respects, there were things that were not in cosmic order, right? We had this fall that occurred. We got off track. Earth did, collectively, all of us. And so this has a big deal about how we're getting back in order, okay? So that has to do with our earth star chakra. That's our relationship. That's talking about our relationship with the Mother Earth. Okay, so on bottom we have the dolphin. So the biggest thing that we want to remember in relation, this is for all the piles, but we want to keep that playful spirit. We want to keep ourselves in a community. You want to keep coming back here. Post on this post. Hey, oh, thanks, girl. I love that you're on here with me. And at the same point in time, just like I'm getting some feedback from my friend Billy, do the same. Like, post if you have questions. That's what we're all here for. We're a great community, okay? And we welcome to have you part of it. And that's what the dolphin's really telling us. In order to develop this connection that we have with Mother Earth, in order for it to be authentic, remember you're part of the pod. Remember, just like dolphins have the sonar, you want to listen to your own, your communication. You want to listen to your own voice, okay? But we got to come up for air. We've got to be able to rely on others, right? Okay. And also getting a lot of light coming in, okay? So keep that in mind as well. So this is what we're getting right away when we have the hare, okay? For the next cards that came up are the angel prayers. The angels wanted to give us prayers. Um, and while I was shuffling, I saw Archangel Raphael. And then on the bottom, I love this because this is so synchronistic, you guys. I just noticed because this is Archangel Uriel, and we just literally got a message from Archangel Uriel here for those of you that started with the hare, okay, if you just chose the hare. And so your messages from the angels are to take a leap of faith, all right, to take a leap of faith. I'm ready. It says, I'm ready to be with you, angels. I'm ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. You're never alone. And I love all the purple and I love the spark of the light. This is just really, really listening to your own voice. Notice how she's leaning to the left. This is really about leaning into that divine feminine, really capturing the essence of what you're co creating with Source, about the information that's coming in, staying in your heart center, and then being able to make that a complete inspired thought. Okay, so to really just trust your own voice is really what's coming in more than anything. Okay, the message here that the angels want to pray for is how to preserve your spirit, how to keep yourself feeling safe and preserved, is to really just take that faith and really just allow the synchronicities to guide you. Okay, when we're going into the third shuffle, into the sacral chakra, I just have to say, I love that on bottom, this is for all the piles, that the ancestors are here. So the ancestors are here to walk this walk with us. This is all about creation. So there's an activation at hand. Okay, and so there's an activation for those of you that came here specifically for the hare. And this activation is all about Thoth light codes. I do have to say I love this because we had just brought this up recently. So it kind of really goes because this, if you chose the hare, which I have to say is probably 99% most of the time going to be the first thing you choose. May not be your first thing, okay? But I will just say that we just got this on our Spark of Wisdom last week. This came up, and so that it's coming up again really makes a lot of sense. Light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. All right. So this is Thoth, and he is here to help us learn, right? And so the activation at hand is all about being blessed to connect, okay? Being blessed to connect with Thoth. You're going through a powerful set of light initiations. And that's what we were saying with the dolphin. This year is about a bunch of light initiations. Sometimes I'm being called to say, for a lot of you, sometimes when this light comes in, for some of us, and it depends on where you are in your awakening, it can feel crushing, okay? So I just want you to know, don't be afraid. Take that leap of faith. Have faith in what the angels are here to show you. I really encourage you to use your pendulum as needed to double check and ask your angels. It's okay to ask. It's okay to confirm. Is everything okay? Is everything going great? We need these confirmations because some of these things that happen to us are bigger than our minds can experience, okay? And that's completely normal. But you're going through a powerful set of light initiations at this time, and they're preparing you to lead and teach from a powerful space of love. In order to complete the process, you need to release all the old ideas. And this totally makes sense what we're talking about. In order for you to step into 2023, the challenge, the 44, okay? In order to evolve, in order to use your magic, right? What are we doing? We're using our magic and we're using our imagination to evolve. That is the challenge. And in order to do that, we have to let go of what was. We have to let go of the old stories. We have to let go of all the old programs. And the only way to do that was in challenge 33, is to really find that unconditional love for ourselves and for others of all the things that have happened on different timelines and come to say. And for those of you that are just awakening, you're going to speed up to this. There's going to be a knowing. There's going to be a coming together of these facts, okay? This is just here to guide you. This is just information to guide you on the way, okay? And it comes with love. Just know it comes with love. In order to complete the process, you have to release those old stories, but it's necessary for you to connect with the true power within you first. And that's why you really had to go through the 33 first. Okay. Don't be concerned about the intensity of the energies that surround you right now. Facing shadow parts of yourself in the story is essential for connecting to your divine magic and evolved beings of light and there to lead the way. If you have any concerns or fears at this time, know that when fear gets loud, it's because you're on the cusp of something powerful. On the cusp of something powerful. Can you feel that power there? It's all about having that leap of faith. Okay. So this is how you connect. This is Thoth, and you can research Thoth. He created he's an ascended Atlantean, and he created the Emerald Tablets and other things that teach a lot about spirituality. You can chant Tahuti, Tahuti, Tahuti until you feel a shift in your energy around you, and then say, Thoth, great priest king of Atlantis and divine scribe. I'm sorry, Atlantis. I said Egypt because, anyway, he's had more than one life, as we all have. Of ancient Egypt, thank you for initiating and awakening the great teacher within me. And that is why you've been led here. If you've been led to this reading, it is because you are in this ascension process and this is available to you, and it's available to all of us collectively. So know that you've been pulled here by your angels with purpose to realize that you are a teacher, that you have gone through the things that you have gone through. You've gone through these series of initiations in order to teach others so that you can pay it forward. Okay? That doesn't mean necessarily that you're a spiritual teacher. It doesn't mean necessarily that that's what you, but in every way, when we work with others, we're always teaching. So it could just be little things that you pick up. You see what I mean? So it's whatever resonates for you. We're all going to fall in different parts, but some of you are spiritual teachers. You're being fast tracked through these awakening processes so that you can awaken to lead others, okay, to lead others as they go on this way. So this is the activation that we have at hand. Now we're going to move into that solar plexus, okay? What we're developing here is a connection with our courage and our confidence. So this is what's come up for those of you that are here for the hare, okay? We've got a couple cards. I'm going to lift them all up for you each. First of all, we've got the lizard, daydreaming, number 21. Okay, so we've got a lot of fire. Look at this. This is the earth, number 41. The possum, opportunities abound you. Of course, we've got the red eyes for working with the ancestors, taking these deep dives, okay? We've got number 8, which is a water element. And we've got dance. What a beautiful card. Number 8, okay? So I want to take a look at the numbers. First of all, I see some beautiful things here. But what I'm seeing, first of all, here with the daydreaming, like right away, because also Archangel Uriel, and I've been sharing this, and of course, Billy, you're on here, which is reminding me, and somebody else is here, feel free to chime into the live. We'd love to have it. But Archangel Uriel has a really great trick for us to daydream in the sun, to receive healing in the sun. You sit in the ray of the sun. You don't directly stare at the sun, okay, because that'd be damaging to your eyes. But you can sit in the ray of the sun. You have to be in the actual sun and simply call upon Archangel Uriel and to release, to do a little daydreaming and to release any and all shadows that are holding you back. And he will bring you into balance. This is about collaborating with the one. Okay, so this is one little tip that I'm showing for you, for the hare to come out and to really face their fears. We're talking about the solar plexus here. The solar plexus is your queendom. Okay, what I mean by that is it's your elemental energy. It's using the elements. And here we're using the sun. Okay, we're using the sun to bring in this healing and to really extract all the little bits and pieces of us that are keeping us from stepping into our creative process. It allows us to be a chameleon, right? It allows us to be a chameleon. Now, We're also getting here the possum. So opportunities. Now the possum is really kind of special because it's nocturnal, right? And when it gets, we're talking about the solar plexus, which is the seat of our power. And we're really getting a message here to let the ancestors guide you to be in balance. If you feel like you're at a fork in the road, if you're feeling like you're not sure if you're ready to trans over to, you're like, man, I just went through that heart awakening last year. I've been through it. I just don't even know if I can do it. I want to remind you, it's always about free will, but it's always about evolving. Okay, that is the one constant that we have, that we're here for, that we came here for. We did not come here to work every single day, 9 to 5, and and to kill ourselves, to pay bills that we can't afford already. And then that's what it's all about. No, my friends, it's about so much more. And this is what the ancestors want you to know. They want you to be strong. They want you to use all the different elements to come together, to find this inner strength, to let those wings, your angel wings, to come out, to know that this has a greater purpose. Okay? Now there's no mistake. Divine teachers. There's no mistake that there's a 20 here. Okay? 20 always talks to me about your mission. The sun flush, I know. Isn't that awesome? So we're getting a 20 here in between these two. This is a vibration of a 3. This is a vibration of the 5. Okay. And but when you put it all together, it's a difference of 20. So that's like collaboration by spirit. This is what I'm seeing here in the numbers. This is bringing you on your mission, where we are in the hare, this activation that's at hand for us, okay? This activation that we're going through these next 60 days. And it's leading to what? To our abundance, our ability to be grounded, to stretch, to be able to bring the healings down, to bring the light down. This is the water, okay? And look at this beautiful bird. You see the water element in the background, and it's like, but we're grounded, okay? We're not stuck in the emotions. We're definitely using our imagination and the magic to what? To know that we're infinitely connected to source, that nothing can take us off track, okay? That nothing can take us off track. And that's what the message that we're getting here is all about for the hare, for when those of you that start with the hare. Now, altogether, we have a 3, we have a 5. So we have, the 3 is staying in balance, the 5 is the shift, but that leads to an 8. I have to tell you, I love the synergy of the mirrored balance here. And this is actually speaking to me really clearly about the divine and masculine energy at this time. It's like, in a way, the divine feminine or divine feminine energy in these next 60 days, this totally makes sense with the 33 in transitioning. Because over these next 60 days, if you chose the hare first, which I believe many of you will because it's the most prominent, right? Um, the thing about that is, like, we're in these last 60 days of finishing the 33. Okay. So this is the feminine energy, really letting go and releasing all these energies that inauthentically, affected the divine feminine, and crossing over and being able to trust the way that we do things, because the possum just gets scared and it plays dead. Okay. And that's fine and dandy, but at the same point in time, that's not really moving and evolving to where you want to go. We want to face what we want to look at, what's got us. We want to look at it face on, and we want to be able to move through it. We want to be able to cross over. And so that's what I'm saying. And that's the vibration of an 8. So here's an 88 is what I'm getting here. Okay. Which I love that with the 44. Just makes sense. 44 is all about this movement, and it's movement towards what? True abundance. What true abundance, my friends? And isn't true abundance just like the wind on your face? Isn't it a beautiful summery day? Just saying, oh my God, it's so gorgeous. Hearing the birds coo, I'm trying to say, plugging into the true abundance, how we're infinitely connected to the all. Wow, that was really beautiful. And that's the magic we're meant to hold. That's the magic that we're meant to hold in our solar plexus, to allow our magic to guide us, to know that we are magic, okay? And all this is available for all of us. Now, when we go into the heart chakra, let me tell you what, the crystals want to be heard here. So this is the energy around our heart chakra, and our heart chakra is our center. And I have to say, I'm just laughing because I just did these cards right before. Okay, this is not fixed in any way. It's my first time seeing them. The very first card to come out is the number 33. What were we talking about? Is that 2022 was all about the 33 challenge, about stepping into our power. And this is carnelian, which works with peonies. Okay, so what we've been working on and what we're still finishing, we're still going around and finishing these next 60 days, are these reactionary nerve stimulations. Okay, what I'm talking about is these messages that run along our nerves that are really not for us. You know, the ones that cause stress, the ones that cause anxiety. Do you really think that these vibrations are truly for us? They're not. In my opinion, in a lot of ways, they've been fabricated in many different ways through different experiences that we've had lifetime after lifetime. And it's time to really get these in line. It's really time to take our power back. And that's what the 33 is all about. That's what the first challenge is, and that's what we're wrapping up in these first 60 days. This is where we're starting with the hare. And whenever you see this, this is what we're working on. You stepping into your star, knowing that you're a star, knowing that you are made from the same energy. We are all energy, okay? And when a star bursts, that energy scatters and it goes everywhere. It's part of everything. That is how the crystals become what they become. That is how we become. That is how all becomes form. And so this is really a big lesson that we're transitioning into, is that power of the all, knowing that we are part of everything. And that's that unconditional love of the 33, bringing that creation. So those of you that are still working on the heart challenge, and some of you have been fast tracked, I understand. It's okay. You were here and sent here at this time to be divinely guided. And I feel so blessed to bring these messages to you, is to let you know that you are not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Okay? You're exactly where you're meant to be at this moment in time. It is so powerful. You're on the ascended master path, and these crystals are guiding you. Okay? You're stepping into your power. You're learning about your magic. And that's what this whole 33 activation is about, with your sacral chakra and your, excuse me, higher heart chakra, okay? Is really, really, it's really all about you, okay? The higher heart is about stepping into that compassion for yourself, to give yourself a break, to listen to your voice. Love this. And the carnelian, which I mentioned, pairs with peonies. This is the power for, I teach a class called the Rainbow Bridge class. It's all about attunements in our chakra system. If you'd like more information about that, I'd love to give it to you. In this particular chakra, this particular crystal, I'm coughing, so it's getting me out of shape here, is paired with peony, and it actually creates a shield to your divine power, to your divine feminine, to your sacral chakra. Okay, which is what? The house of what? House of Venetian energy. It is the Lemurian timeline. It's all related. Okay, it's time to come out of the inner earth. It's time to spread our wings. It's time, look at this. This is what I'm seeing here. It's time to actually let go and create a new mandala here. This is what I'm seeing. It's time to exit the inner earth and to stop hiding. Okay? To stop hiding. This is so beautiful. To shift and to get into that abundance, to not allow ourselves to be fearful of what is happening because of this or that. Okay, we've lived together through COVID. We lived together through all this crazy stuff, and it's all happened with purpose. It's happened so that we can get out of the center of fear. Okay, and we can move beyond that. And that's what we're doing here. We're realizing the 44 is all about the magic and using our imagination, not allowing ourselves to be stuck in the middle and to be afraid. Okay, this is what I'm getting here. Also getting a lot of earth here. So connecting with nature is really going to be important to allow yourself to understand how nature, because really it's nature is going to be speaking to you, and it probably already does. Okay, so keeping yourself grounded is what the crystals want to tell us. Then we've got the angel aura. Beautiful. The angels are here with us. They're walking with you. You're never alone. This is all about the healing. It's the number 19. This is part of a cycle for us. And this is a yearly cycle. Okay. So you're going to keep coming back here every 60 days for what you see next. Okay. And I'm just sharing what I chose first, but you probably have a different order, and that's fine because everything is in its own divine order for each of us. Follow your guides, allow your angels to be with you and to work with you. Okay, they want to work with you, they want to connect with you, they want to be able to ride on your back, to keep you cleansed, to keep you safe. Okay, and this is coming in one with this healing that they have for all of us. This is available for all of us. How beautiful is this? Now, in your aura is really so much more complicated than a lot of people realize. And I like to refer to the aura as expansion. It's literally expansion because it's how we communicate. All of our chakras, everything I'm referring to here is a communication system. So really what we're doing is highlighting how our chakras are communicating with the energies in order to walk forward on this path. Okay? Oh my goodness. And as if the angel aura wasn't enough, we have the seraphonite, which is making me, of course, think of the seraphim. This is the magic coming forward. We are in the year of the magic. And here we've got a structure change. We're going to get balance with it, and getting balance and working with our angels, working with our guides, really honing into this communication and finding out how unique and special we truly are. Do not see this beautiful snowflake in the middle. Okay, I just love it. So it's allowing yourself to understand that you are so unique. And these challenges, even though we're walking through them together, even though they're collectively available for all of us, they do affect us in different ways. Okay. But at the same point in time, it's to do what? It's to discover our individuality. It's to discover that we each have a special gift inside of us to unlock. Okay. And this is what we're being challenged with, to use the magic, and the imagination to build on our creativity, because we are all creative, my friends. Okay. It's not just something given to somebody, it's given to all of us. It's given to all of us. And this is what we're stretching. There's almost like this pull, like this stretch. Do you guys feel it? Do you see it? And that's what I'm getting. And this is the message I'm getting as it's coming through. It's like, do you remember that stretch man? I don't even know if that's the name of it, but it's like we're being stretched in all directions, but we're being stretched. Why? To show us how powerful we truly are, to really, really, really understand really how our mind can really, really change the world, literally. All right, we're moving into the higher heart. Now, I do want to show you, though, before we do that, on bottom for all the piles is the Herkimer diamond. So the angels want to recognize, your ancestors want to recognize, hey, this has been tough to get in balance with the constant shifts. It's like one shift after another, one rebirth after another. You are killing it. You guys are the diamonds in the rough. You're going to find your way to the center, okay? It's just a matter of allowing yourself to know, number one, that you're guided, and allow yourself to know that there are infinite reflections within here, okay? I'm like, what I'm getting is like this light bouncing in. Which is very interesting. But the heart karma diamond is such a beautiful, it's used for the crown. It's used in many different areas. This is another one of the attunements that I give. And really what it's all about is cleansing the channel. Okay. And so that's what this year is really about. And then look at right below that. This whole year is really about cleansing our channels and stepping in and being able to hear our voice. Okay. That's literally what's coming through here. Now, what's coming up next is, how is our higher heart going to communicate? Okay, I want to show you this picture. This, I think, is the perfect picture for what we're doing here with the higher heart activation. Okay, so this is on bottom for the whole year, and this is really a reflection between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And it's like we've gone through this separation, right? We've gone through this separation and we're coming back to one another. And that's what this higher heart is. I just love how this is all kind of coming together. So continue to be loyal to yourself. Okay, don't look at yourself as one way. See yourself as you truly are. Is what I'm hearing. Getting the synergy to work together. Okay, and in a lot of ways, it's like there's still some work to come into alignment these next 90 days, but um, this is about moving beyond that. Okay, and the archangels, they want to come forward and they want to teach us. So in this first card, they want to teach us. Hold on, I got a message here. I got post-it notes everywhere. They want to. This is messages for your divine feminine, which I love that because we just said that. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so what angels want to teach you is the first card, and then the second card that I have, and everything is in order. Trust me. What you don't see coming. Okay, so for those of you that chose the hare, this is what they want you to know. You're a divine teacher. You're meant to teach others on what you've been through. You're also meant to follow the cycles of the moon, the cycles within. So this is being guided. This is the new moon. We're in the new moon of Pisces, which I think is just an awesome time to do this. We're literally transitioning in age here. And basically the moon is going to continue to guide you. Okay. These are just little hints to help you along the way. Know that you're a divine teacher. Know that you're part of a posse. Know that you can call out and ask for help. Know that even though we're going through these things individually, we are never meant to be alone. We are never alone, ever, because we have our angels and guides, number one. But that is also not the purpose of why we're here. The purpose is to connect with each other and to do what? To pay forward, to allow ourselves to bond and connect and exchange. Okay, it's an exchange of information. This is also bringing up those of you that are mothers. Not only are you here to teach others, but you're here to teach your children, because most of them are spiritually awakened already. In a lot of ways, they're teaching us. Okay, but the wolf here says be independent but work together. And that's what we want you to do here. We want you to listen to your own voice. Okay? You're meant to listen to your own voice, but at the same point in time, realize that some of the things you'll be led to is working with others. Because we are meant to collaborate. It's okay, honey. I was just talking about working with kids. Okay? Those of you, I'm getting extra message here. Those of you that chose the hare, which is really aggressive, okay, really kind of independent, finding its way through the desert, really acclimated. And as you are, you're able to acclimate. That's why we saw that chameleon. You're able to really change and really move with the energy as it moves. And there's an extra message here. Some of you are meant to be lone wolves. Some of you are meant to go on your own to create something, okay, to teach. But in other ways, some of you are meant to collaborate and teach with others. Okay? What you don't see coming. What you don't see coming, hare number one, I just mentioned, can be very aggressive. It's like, yes, you're acclimated, but at the same point in time, the biggest thing the angels want you to remember is to have grace. Okay? To remember when you're getting lift off. Okay? So what I mean by this is there's still this element, and I want to show this here. There's this element here. Do you see it right here in the corner? The feminine energy. There's this mirror, this triggering energy. Okay? And so divine feminines, what are we meant to do when we see this mirror, when we see these triggers? Number one, it's okay to get triggered. Number two, though, remember who you are. And when we're talking about the activation between the solar plexus and the well of dreams, this is an up level. This is about your queendom. And so I instantly want the message coming through instantly is to remember your north, to remember your crown, to step into your crown and to rule with your dog, your cat, your children, your people at work. Don't allow their energies to sway who you are. Okay? Don't allow their energies to sway who you are. Demonstrate grace and majesty. Okay, the next part is about your authenticity. Okay, so we have 2 cards coming up. And this is the energy that's coming up for the feminine, and this is the energy coming up for the masculine. For those of you chose the hare, for the next 60 days, this is your challenge as far as coming with your throat chakra. This is the communication that we have with our authenticity, how people see us. Okay? And so look at these cards and really kind of embrace this is the divine feminine, this is the divine masculine. And it's like you can definitely feel this energy, right? Being open, knowing that you're part of the cosmos. And then it's also like really having this humility, staying heart centered, right? I'm seeing that on both of these. So, the biggest tip for our feminine energy is to remember that we're going through a soul expansion experience. Your consciousness is expanding. You're understanding the connections between all things. And this is evolving. And the more that we use and step into our magic, and the more that we use our imagination and allow that to guide us, the more that we evolve into this expansion of this challenge for 44. Okay? Which is all about allowing those waters of the well of dreams to really go through all the chakras and really nourish your soul. Okay? I love that. So this is the energy. This is in the stars. This is the time. I kind of actually really love how this is really showing a little bit the rose in the background. Are you seeing that mandala? How beautiful is that? All right. So really keeping yourself centered. And then our masculine energy is still unfolding. I actually love that because I'm feeling that so much. And that's the highlight. Do you see how there's these jagged edges? The divine masculine energy is rising and has been going through its own evolution. And you are being highlighted, divine masculines, this year. So, but it's like the feminine energy had to go through its hers first. So the 33 is kind of about the feminine. The 44 is more about the masculine. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time. And that's really important to remember that you are on a path. And there will be a series of challenges, but with every challenge comes a gift. Okay? So here are some prayers that we want to bring forward throughout this journey the next 60 days. We have 2 prayers for you. For those of you that chose the very first one, the hare. And the first one is sanctuary. A sanctuary resides inside you, no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath. Enter and sit down on the throne of your heart. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love the pansies coming up here. Okay. I believe they're pansies. And I love how we're seeing the well of dreams, the nourishment coming forward from that imagination, right? And from the pansies, this is kind of reminding me in the movie of what's that movie? Alice in Wonderland, where they're kind of like feisty. Okay, so find that sanctuary. Be feisty for yourself. Give yourself the boundaries and that you need. The biggest tip that we have for you that I'm getting right now for the hare is it's not about what everybody needs. It's about what you need. It's about what you need. Okay, and that is a flip of where a lot of people are. It's like a lot of people are like, "What can I do for you? You." This is about what can I do for me. Okay, so create that sanctuary and look at abundance. You are creating abundance. You are creating your garden. You're creating your masterpiece. Okay. I really kind of love these lily of the valley here. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Dear beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. Yes, that's an important part. How to receive. I release my ego's plan and I'm open to being a vehicle for abundance. Okay, so the lilies of the valley here, they kind of turn their head away and they surrender. And in fact, there's a story about how these are planted at the bottom of the cross of Jesus and how they turn away to be shielded from the actual event of what's happening. And in a lot of ways, it's like you're not going to shield yourself. Okay, well, you can shield yourself, but what I'm trying to say is shield yourself from your own mind, is what this is saying. your mind of what you think abundance is and what true abundance is are two different things. And that is the whole point of this actual challenge. Okay. 44:33 on the clock. Hello. 44:33 on the clock. All right. So this is what we have coming in for the next 60 days for those of you that chose the HARE. I thank you so much for coming here. I hope you found this information to be very helpful. I certainly think it was pretty magical. We're going to go ahead and move on to the glass covered rose at 45:01. Excuse me. All right, the glass covered rose is what's coming in next. Whether you chose this first, second, third, fourth, these messages are for the next 60 days. Thank you for coming here. Please give me a like on the way in. Please share this message with others. What we have come to find is we are going through this challenge called Challenge 44. It is an activation between our solar plexus, which is the seat of our magic, the seat of our power, and the well of dreams, which is the seat of our imagination. Okay, so we've got all kinds of information here coming forward for us. First of all, to kind of set the stone of where you are, you're meant to come back to this post every 60 days. So if you chose the rose first, this is your information for the next 60 days. Wherever you come back, this is what's meant for you. So we have this beautiful glass covered rose here. Okay, in this drawing. And we're talking about how 6 different elements come together to create evolution for you, evolution for humanity. So I love that right off the bat, we're getting for the Earth Star Chakra. First of all, I love the stars here. And we're talking about generations. The ancestors are here with you. They're working with you. They're finding this divine alignment and going all the way back. And what I'm getting more than anything is a lot of people share that when you are, that's you, the rose covered glass. Okay, the rose. Okay, good. This is for you, my dear. So the ancestors are kind of saying, there's a relationship they want to have with all of us. This is what's coming up. The relationship with Mother Earth is about the relationship with the ancestors because we carry all of the information from the generations and generations that have gone in front of us. And in fact, it's pretty amazing that my genetic information was in my grandmother's eggs. Okay, right? So it's like to think about how powerful that is. And so we cannot leave the ancestors out, okay? And so in a lot of ways, the glass covered rose is really showing us this unfolding that's been happening for really a very long time, very, very long time. Generations after generations, right? And all of us are affected. This is why this is a collective activation, okay? And it will change us all in different ways. But at the same point in time, it is available to all of us because we're all made up in a lot of ways of the same exact material. It's just we manifested in different ways, right? So a lot of people talk about when you're working with the ancestors, you're going to impact the generations, the 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you. You know what the angels have told me? They've told me that we've been here for 77 generations already. And that with humanity together as a whole, there are 204 generations. And should you decide to walk the Ascended Master Path, which is working with your ancestors, working to heal your ancestral line, you actually not only heal 7 generations before and after. No, my friends, it is more than this, and you can talk to your guides and angels about it. You heal all 204 generations. I mean, I really want you to think about that for a moment. It is crazy to think about what that means. Okay, so the 77 that gone before you and the however many are left to go. Okay, so find some comfort in the fact that we are here for a long time. We've been working on this process, and this is a very catalytic time. This is in the stars for us to work this generational wealth, this generational alignment is meant to happen. Okay, so those of you that chose the rose, how beautiful. We have Archangel Samuel coming forward for you. And we're talking here about the root chakra. We're talking about our connection to our safety, to our preservation. So how beautiful is it that we have Archangel Samuel showing forward. I love working with Archangel Samuel. He has a beautiful pink light, and it's really all about comfort. Okay, so you can ask him to wrap you in the pink light. And of course, when you get messages about this, Billy, I can't wait for you to share. And that could be something coming up for you with Archangel Samuel. She does a great series. She's working with the archangels, and he's all about. He actually is the angel of the higher heart. Okay, is really the angel, Archangel Samuel. I'm pretty sure that's where he's at. I'm sorry, I might be off here. But I love that he's wearing the red and we have all the white because we're talking about the ancestors. And the ancestors is really that connection that you develop in the 33. Okay. So 2022 is about the 33, which we're still in. Okay. And then we move into 2023's challenge, which is about the 44. Now, the actual challenge will not really start till May. So whatever you see now are things that you're tweaking on. So this is showing me that you're still working on this higher heart activation. You're bringing this alignment together. The Merkaba is here, but also this is, the divine triangles, the divine changes that we do to our masculine and feminine energy to bring them into alignment. And the ancestors are letting us know that there's still much at hand, still much at play, okay, as other peoples are going through. So thank you for Archangel Samuel for removing the barriers around my heart. And I love that because we're talking about that heart awakening here and really allowing ourselves to feel safe and to move and to elevate into that unconditional love. And what this unconditional love does is it opens. You see this expansion in the background, these bright lights, this white light. And I love that we're seeing these blue eyes because this is what allows you to step and get this opening, to get the opening towards your authenticity, right? Okay, to really speak with your own voice, truly knowing you're protected, your channel is protected, and you have this conversation with the ancestors. Okay, I love that. Now we're going into, and look at the ancestors overall came together, okay, overall for the year. Now, in our, I had mentioned it already in pile number 1, but just in case you chose the rose first, Archangel Uriel is come up to let you know what? Not only can you call upon Archangel Samuel to help you to get you to where you need to be. I'm not going to say need to be, but where you're meant to be, okay, with this heart awakening, is that you can actually release all the information working with Archangel Uriel and the sun. So sitting in the sun and releasing energies. Just call upon Archangel Uriel. I'd like to release any energies that are not of my highest good. Please assist me. And he will do so. And just allow yourself to kind of daydream. Okay, I want to mention that in case you didn't pick the other pile. All right. So Archangel Samuel is here to comfort you. Okay, so if you're starting to feel like a little confused, if you're starting to feel tethered, like kind of get this wild hair, like maybe it's a little overwhelming, just come to your center. You can ask Archangel Samuel to come bless you. Okay, these are the angel prayers. They want you to feel comforted. They want you to call upon them. So thank you, Archangel Samuel, for coming forward for those who chose the rose. Now, we're going to move into the activation at hand for those of you that chose the rose. And this is the Earth Star activation. Okay, so really look at this. I mean, this is, I'm just laughing because of this, isn't this awesome? I'm just seeing like how cool is this? You're seeing the Merkaba being highlighted here and what's being highlighted here. Okay, so we're talking about, look at this card. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely getting the Egyptian vibes, right? And look at this like centering, this like caduceus inside is what I'm feeling here. So coming together, that Merkaba. And it's really all about anchoring, grounding action, Isis energy. Okay? This totally is awesome for what's coming up here. I'm looking for my book because this one I have to read. I have to read the activation here. Earth Star activation. Okay. And the Earth Star activation is really what the culmination of what the 33 is all about. When you find that unconditional love, it really reestablishes your connection to Mother Earth because you find out how much you're a part of everything. Hey, girl. What's up, Nicoletta? This is a progressive. It's a very different type of oracle that I'm doing today. So if you want to come back, feel free. You're meant to choose one thing. I'm on the rose right now. So if you saw the rose first, go ahead and stay. Otherwise, you might want to come back, okay? Wouldn't normally say that, but all right. So first of all, you can connect with this activation. Imagine deep roots from your soles of your feet penetrating the earth and anchoring around a giant copper crystal star. Visualize streams of consciousness moving up into your feet. Receive them and listen deeply. Wow. Now, copper is known to be a great conductor, a movement. Okay. I'm with the rabbit. Okay. Got it. So you can watch the rabbit and then you're meant to come back in 60 days. I just did, well, it's the hare. I'm calling him the rabbit too, but it's the hare and you'll hear the difference. Start with that. And then I'll be posting a reminder and 2 new moons come back. And then the first thing you see besides the hare is your next influence. Okay. So this is like a progressive for the whole year. Pretty cool. All right. When you draw this card, know that your Earth Star has been activated and the wisdom you once ignored is finally being acknowledged. Wow. Harsh. The rejected parts of yourself have now been rediscovered. Oh my gosh. I'm loving this, Billy, because I know where you're at. This is a coming home to yourself. There's an opportunity for you to rediscover the magic too, but stay firmly rooted in all your endeavors. And yes, the Earth Star chakra is all about staying grounded. We say that about the root chakra as well, but the Earth Star chakra is the one that keeps you connected. Let the earth hold and sustain you. Don't rush around. In fact, if you've been wondering if it's time to move forward, know that it isn't. Stay put for a time. Important information is about to be revealed, so wait and stand strong. This is a time of integration and rest rather than pushing forward. Great wisdom lies within you. Deep dive and find it, and trust in yourself. You have more strength than you realize. That is the activation coming forward for those of you that chose the rose. And it's just so beautiful. I have goosebumps. Just rediscovering a piece of yourself that really makes sense with the rose, with the unfolding and getting to the center of who you are. It also makes sense with that glass over the top, doesn't it? Is that you've been domed, and it's like now that you've reconnected, in a lot of ways, maybe you can let go of that protection. Okay, what I mean, not the protection. Okay, I don't like the word protection so much. I want to use more preservation is what I'm trying to say. Okay? So it's like yes, the glass is there to preserve because in the desert it creates the humidity, right? That allows the rose to be nourished. And so in a lot of ways that's what you want for yourself, okay? Now, we've got talking about the solar plexus. This is challenge 44, which is all about if you're just coming here, I just want to remind you, this is the activation we're going through collectively for the year, number 44, and it's the solar plexus and the well of dreams. It's using our magic and our imagination to evolve. Okay, this is not just an activation. This is about evolution, my friends. And this is available to all of us. Okay, so these cards, the ancestors are coming forward. I love that they're my down under cards because we're talking about the solar plexus. So, what better advice than the Australian, that is our seat of the world chakra, is in Uluru. So, I love when these come up. The first one that wants to come up is the Liebird, genetic memory. Okay, allowing things. This really kind of goes with the message that we just heard, is what I'm getting here. So, this message, we're building on it. This is that fool's energy. And this is the one. You're at a 10. What I'm getting now, Oh, and I love this. Oh my God. I'm just dying here. Okay. What I'm getting here is this is like the fool starting over, going full circle. But look at you need that healing at that last point to kind of start over again. Okay. So this is kind of like where you are. It really matches the message that we just got. It's like we've gone all this time, we've gone through all these different things to get here. Continue to just relax, to pay attention, to be ready to receive. It's the live bird. What I'm really getting here more than anything, that genetic memory, waiting for that to be tweaked. And I really have a sense with this coming up, the number one here, this fool's energy. What I'm really feeling is you're waiting on the cosmos to catch up in a lot of ways. Okay. So really take this time to perch yourself, observe, take a breather, be out of the emotions. I'm dying because this is the animal wisdom. I haven't officially announced it, but those of you that are chose this for right now, holy moly, um, we've got getting in balance with the change, with the rebirth. You're not seeing the back end here, okay? That's what's not being seen here. And we're talking. This is just so interesting how this message is coming through, and this message will come through even more. There's this purification that's happening. Notice he's got the red eyes. Okay, the Tasmanian devil is known to be very aggressive and very out of hand. But listen, only when he's poked with. Only when he's poked with. Otherwise, he's a very agile creature. Okay, so just the name, just the inferences of the name. But this is just showing that this is this connection that I'm really just feeling. This is building on that Earth Star chakra. All right, we're not seeing the tail end yet because what happens here is the Tasmanian devil comes in. There's a rebirth happening. We come down, we're getting this cleansing, right? We're taking our time right now. And then do you see how it's like a boomerang? We swing back up. We swing back up. And that's what's really kind of being shown here. And you're at this time where there's this purification, this intermediate time, this time to pull back, to really allow yourself to ground, to ground. Notice how his paws are close to the ground, but look at, we're not even seeing all four. And so it's like if you try, what I'm getting is like, okay, like a car with like a flat tire and you try to make it go, it's going to be out of sync and you could be doing more damage. Okay. So this is really about just taking that time to go within, taking that time to go within, to know that you're being cradled, to know that you're being taken care of, to know that all the things that were are being eaten. Okay. I'm saying eaten because Tasmanian devil is one of very few animals that can devour the entire um, amount of an animal. Okay, like what I mean is like a dead animal left alone, and dead animals would turn to infection and can spread in the ground and the plants and turn into all kinds of chaos. He is the one that actually devours all of that. And so this is what we're talking about, this rebirth process that's happening for you. Okay, I love the magic coming in. This is how the magic came in on the last one. I'm actually already getting that you might be pulled to the Turtle Oracle if you'd like more messages. This is the leather neck. This is specifically the leather neck turtle. So if you go back into my Spark of Wisdom, you can see the wisdom of the turtle. The turtle's ancient, ancient, ancient wisdom here. And your home is always with you. Wherever you go, your home is with you. This is talking about Mother Earth here, and what the magic wants you to know, and what we're getting here. It's all about being into the flow of the universe. Okay, so what I'm getting here is like in the movie, what's that movie with the fish? What's the movie with the fish, honey? The clownfish. His dad's looking for him. Finding Nemo. Thank you. Finding Nemo. So it's like, in a way, that's what's coming up here is like they get into the current and it just guides them. That's what your angels are saying to you. Just allow yourself to be guided at this point. Be in that current. It's a fast track in a lot of ways. And Mother Earth is cradling you in this. So just allowing yourself to know that you're surrounded and that you're going into the current. This is the magic that's coming up for you guys. It's like, yes, there's some change in your structure happening. There's this rebirth process. Just keep yourself, keep your head up, keep working with those ancestors. See these red eyes? That's what they're saying. Keep working with the ancestors and just get in the current. Okay? Your ancestors are coming in big time. And why is that? Well, here we go. A lot going on with that Earth Star chakra. This is the Nautilus. Now, the Nautilus, the crystals are coming in. What's going on with this heart activation for those of you that chose the rose? You've got this Nautilus, and the Nautilus is all about, it goes perfectly with Finding Nemo, actually, because it is a living fossil. And this is like the shellfish. This is actually, found in the sea. And this is about the Nautilus is like the submarine getting in to submerge. It's like the sacred vehicle. This is really kind of just building on what we just said here with your solar plexus, allowing yourself to really expand. Oh my gosh, just beautiful crystals you have here coming up. So we've got the Nautilus. Now the Nautilus, when you use this particular when this crystal is all about taking one step at a time until you get to the center. Okay, so this is really all about what? This is about the abundance of, here we have integration and collaboration. So really just enjoying the ride and the journey, really not making it so much about the activation part. What I mean is it's more about the whole, not the whole is better than the sum of its parts, is what I'm getting here. And it's the same thing with the Nautilus. And that's the submarine, allowing yourself to go inside the submarine to be taken on a journey. Look at this. We have papagoit and we have citrine. Okay, so the number and obsidian. So these are the four coming forward for you guys. Now, papagoit is just beautiful synergistically that this is coming up, because let me tell you that this is not only about abundance, but this pairs with forget-me-nots, and this is the shield to the crown chakra. So when you have an activation with the Earth Star chakra, of course, it is going to affect your connection. As happens below, happens above. So when you have this connection, you love Nemo. And actually watching Nemo, guys, those of you who chose the rose, you might want to actually check that movie out. But this is pairs with forget-me-nots. This is really just letting you know that you have so much to discover. There's still so much more to come. There's more energy coming in to really take you on this journey. Or I'm feeling a quest here, is what I'm feeling. And it's like the journey to the center. Journey to the center of the earth is what I just heard. Ooh, so forget me not. You've got some knowledge. That's why the ascended masters are here. And that's why the ancestors, particularly in your pile. Remember, that is what brought you in here. That is the very first part. Citrine is all about that abundance. This is the shift. Shifting, it is funny because I'm just saying, shifting to golden colored glasses. They say you have rose colored glasses. We're talking about golden colored glasses. We're talking about alchemy. We're talking about coming down and coming up with some of the sacred knowledge that you have to pay forward. And it's all about allowing this discovery. Okay, the real healing is really getting to the center to find who you truly are, without all these other barriers, all these subconscious scripts, all these other things trying to shift you away from this new structure that's coming in for you. And that's what the obsidian is all about. Okay, obsidian is a shield. It works. It actually works in so many of your chakras, and it's just so beautiful. And it pairs with the willow tree. So think of how the willow tree is. Think about how you can ride on its branches and jump into the lake. Okay, and this is really what you're meant to find and discover. Those of you with the rose, you're meant to really discover who you truly are in the center, and to really just let go of all the heaviness, and this is going to realign you to something that is meant for you. This is why you chose this first. Okay, coming into now, we're talking about what we're getting here is we're talking about the higher heart. The angels wanted to come in specifically to talk about your feminine and masculine energy. Okay, so we're going to do a little checkup on the energies, and we're seeing overall in this year that the feminine is got this mirror. Do you see how there's this reflection? We're still dealing with some triggering energy. Okay, we're still dealing with things that are kind of irritating us. So know that that's happening. And the masculine energy, he's dealing in his own light. He's got this own healing activation happening. He's like the feminine has really found her value, and the masculine is really finding his. It's really something is being undone in both parts. Okay, so this is information that the angels wanted to bring forward for your divine feminine. Experience all that life has to offer. And I'm literally hearing, not my monkey, not my circus. Really just go ahead and really envelop yourself into your own time, create your own structure, and look at all this like turquoise energy. And do you see all this energy? It's like I'm feeling this flow, okay, is what I'm feeling. And to be fluid, to allow yourself to be guided to do things, not because you need to, but because you want to have that experience. This is what's going to strengthen that solar plexus. This is what's going to allow that energy of the magic, the energy of the imagination to really stretch and expand and to evolve. Okay? And in a lot of ways, I see this is Mother Earth and this is you or us. Wherever you are, whenever you chose this, you're being cradled. You're taking a time to relax, to allow yourself to be taken care of. Beautiful. Wow. Because you've emerged from those emotions, right? The tiger is, we just coming out of the year of the tiger. How beautiful is this? 2022, we're talking about is the 33. That is that heart awakening, that divine feminine healing, right? It was represented by the tiger last year. Get the eye of the tiger. We find out how fierce and how strong we are. We realize all the crossroads that we've gone through, and we've earned these stripes. We've literally earned these stripes, and we're coming out of the emotions. Okay, the tiger loves to go into those emotions, and we're stepping into this fierceness to realize that we are more than we realize. And I'm getting like this is Lemuria. I'm getting it so strongly. This is the connection to that divine feminine energy. Wow, even though this is the masculine energy. So it's like, look at what's next. And it's like now we have this fierceness. There's this evolution, this crystallization of the Lemurian timeline, this healing to the divine feminine is what's happening. And now that's aligning us to move towards that divine inspired action and that divine inspired, look at this, these greens and these blues, authentic movement. And it's not based on retaliation. It's not based on, it's like a fierceness, but it's a fierceness of the power of who you are. Okay, so it's going to allow you to step forward very strong in this masculine energies. There is this union still coming together. All right, but I'm really seeing that it's being propagated. Propagated, that's the word that just fell in. Propagated by your divine feminine energy. So it's allowing yourself to be reserved, okay, to know that there is so much more happening behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Truly, really beautiful. Okay, for the rose, actually, I kind of screwed that up a little bit. It was meant to be what it is. No, that was right. Yeah, except this is what it was. Sorry, what your angels want you to know, and this is what you don't see. Same message, same message. Okay, I was getting it messed up with the next one. So many post-it notes. Never had this many cards. Okay, so this one is all about your authenticity. The last one was about that unconditional love for yourself. So for the feminine energy, we want to remember that the masculine is actually going through the divine ascension. And I feel this so much is happening. Like, look at it's like the stage is being set. I'm like getting like the stage, the curtains are opening. And who is the primary subject of 2023? It is the divine masculine energy. It is time to come into alignment. It's like we've done one part of the path. Now it's time to get the others. And look at, I love this turquoise. Why do I love it so much? Is because we're talking about the 44. We're talking about the stepping into your magic, your solar plexus, really owning your queendom, okay? Really being secure with who you are, your power, and then allowing the well of dreams to open and allowing, and this is what I see here, this turquoise energy is the well of dreams and how this trickles down and affects the masculine energy. Beautiful. So beautiful. And for the masculine energy, okay, so the first card is like a little tip for the divine feminine and how to be in your authenticity. So the remember that while you were rising, there was patience had for you. And so we need to have patience for others. So if you feel like you're more of a divine feminine, if that's your prominent, know that the divine masculine, those that are prominent in those energies, and this is potentially playing out as within, so without. This is potentially happening in your life in a partnership, is to remember that they're going through their evolution to feel safe. They're rooting in to where they're meant to be. Okay, they're going through a rejuvenation process at the same point in time. All right. And then vice versa, for the masculine energy, know that Mother Mary is here. Know that let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. Okay, this is really talking about two different types of activations, but they overplay and they interrelate between us all. And look at this. We're literally talking about the well of dreams. This is what I read, that whenever you see this, you see this background here, this like highlight. This is actually the well of dreams um, chakra being highlighted here, okay? And that you need to really surrender to the rose, surrender to the power of the rose, surrender to what the rose means. Plug into the rose, and we'll do a breakout on what the rose means in itself and what the protection of the rose, like the actual rose, like what that means, what that attunement means. And it's just this really unconditional love, and it protects you in so many ways. It's so much more cleansing, as is prayer. As is prayer, is what I'm getting here. So let go of the need to be right, but we have to let go and give it over to someone. Give it over in prayer, is what I'm hearing, and to cloak yourself, okay? To cloak yourself. There are energies out there that are trying to exploit different parts of where we are. That's why we've got the glass over the rose. We got to keep ourselves preserved, okay? We got to really make sure we're cloaking ourselves, that we're really finding this routine, this spiritual routine, is what I'm getting here, okay? To allow that rose to spread throughout. It's beautiful because we were just talking about authenticity. And so I love how we kind of have these two coming together, really showing what the feminine needs and what the masculine needs. And it's like at the same point in time, it's about meeting in the middle, right? Beautiful. So, what are the prayers for those of you that chose the rose? First of all, getting mistakes, okay? And that's part of it. And at the same point in time, the feelings. So, let's read into these prayers that the angels have for you at this time. These are for the next 60 days, all this information we've shared with you. For those of you that chose the rose, allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. And that's what we were talking about here. Allowing yourself to be cradled, allowing yourself to learn, knowing that there is a structure, knowing that yes, there is, everything is in the stars, but it's a stream of stars. It's a stream of pathways. It's about the journey, my friends. Okay, it's about the journey. It's like the vine is always growing. Okay, I love the turquoise here, and in here we have these magenta colors, and magenta colors always speak to me about hearing your voice. So allow yourself to hear yourself and to know that as you are rising, you will hear better. There will be more crystal, and this just came truth between me and Billy is that's on here. It's like, be okay that you're going to make mistakes. Maybe you didn't understand that. There's this type of learning, okay? Remember, teachers learn. They learn. And here we're talking about feelings. Emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all my emotions to you, feeling them fully, so that they no longer hold me captive. And this is really, those of you that chose the rose, look at the beautiful flowers here. I believe this is a variety of rose, okay? And I love the daisies because the daisies always refer to, when I think of daisies, it refers to the solar plexus. So you're really coming out of those emotions, really learning what it means to be in that queendom, stepping into that queendom, which is the element of the solar plexus, the seat of our power, man or woman, doesn't matter. I'm saying queendom because it is the feminine energy which was here first. I know this is going to get complicated. I'm not going to go down that road, but it's all about, sitting in your seat of your crown, really allowing yourself to know as you treat one, as you do one thing is as you do everything. So really come out of those emotions, give yourself a break. Most likely you're being really hard on yourself. And we're getting this, Rose, because there's an unfolding that's happening. And in a way, what I'm feeling is there's this rush. Enjoy the journey. That's what we're getting here for those of you that chose the rose. Please come back in 60 days. I will post a reminder, okay, when it's time to come back and look again. So next time when you come back, you're going to choose something other than the rose, okay? So whatever you see first next time besides the rose. Have a beautiful journey. I'll see you in between. But thank you for being here. If this resonated with you, please share this message. And of course, give me a like. Okay? We're going to go ahead and move on to the snake. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Those of you that came in for the snake, what we have here, and you chose the snake first. Here's the snake. The snake is definitely moving in a westerly, moving towards the west. And he's moving away from the hare and moving away from the rose. So there is this element of the snake leaving. So like something that has crossed our path that is not for us. But let's get into it and see. I love that the very first card that we're getting is the mouse. And the mouse, I mean, it's just like I want you to imagine that snake leaving, and now the mouse is like, yippee. Okay, that's what I'm hearing here. It's all about the details. And look at how the mouse is a little elevated. It's like so excited that the snake is leaving because what is the main? If you've ever known anyone who owns a snake, the main dinner is mice. Okay, so the mouse could live in fear, but this is not about that. This is about realizing, hey, one thing is leaving, now I can emerge. The mouse doesn't necessarily live in fear, it allows itself to be guided. They're actually very clean animals, as you can see with all this white here. And so there's this notion of cleansing going on here, number one, but also allowing yourself to, and the tail here. It's like I'm having this element of things going full circle in a way. So those of you that chose the snake, know that you can know that it's okay to come out. Know that it's okay. Your whiskers will guide you if you need to scurry off somewhere. Your whiskers will guide you. I love that because that's how the measurement to know that they can get into different holes and they can scurry, right? So it's all about living in your authenticity. Okay, don't make yourself small minded, is what I'm hearing. Okay, we're talking about the earth chakra. This is the connection to the earth. This is what Mother Earth wants you to feel. And it's like all the wonderful things that the mouse does. Allow yourself to have your cheese. Okay? Allow yourself to find your cheese. And that's a book. Who moved my cheese is coming through. And so there's this element with those of you there's this element that some of you are maybe entrepreneurs. So that's a really good book for you to read. Who moved my cheese? I'm going to throw that out to you because it's very eye opening and expanding. And this is what the earth chakra is all about, an expansion on your connection with manifesting here. So if that resonates for you, please take that information. Um, what the angels want to let you know about your safety, about preserving yourself. Count your blessings. Keep yourself. We're talking about here, we're talking overall about the challenge of the 44, which is all about stepping into your magic and your imagination. And I'm repeating this because when you come here, when you find this particular part, the big message is to get yourself in that flow. Do you see all this turquoise energy? This is actually the representation of that well of dreams chakra, is that turquoise, is that healing. Now, the turquoise is also found in your throat chakra. The throat chakra, it actually develops a shield here, but it also works with your well of dreams. And what it does is this is a shamanic. And in fact, what I'm getting is you can come back to the channel when you see this. There is an attunement in one of the folders, and it's the turquoise straggler daisy attunement. And what that does is really works on your subconscious scripts. So whenever you find this, I'm getting a message to work on those subconscious scripts to really kind of recode. And how do you do that? By counting your blessings, by focusing on, you bring about what you think about. And so if you focus on your blessings, then too shall you see them in then too shall you see them come to pass, right? If you keep yourself in that authenticity. Now, of course, on there it says gratitude for God, for love. Okay, so really just right off the bat, taking the time to, I like to personally, before when I get up in the morning, before my feet hit the floor, it's the very first thing I'm doing is saying thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for allowing me to experience this. So really taking the time to count your blessings and getting into more of a routine of that. Now, you don't have to do a journal. Some of us love the journals. You can do it on just loosely paper. You can just list every day. Just develop a new routine for these next 60 days. I'm going to say 5 things I'm grateful for before I close my eyes. I'm going to think of 5 things I'm grateful for before I go out into the world today. You see what I mean? It's all about cultivating a blessings habit. All right. The activation at hand for you guys is all about the inner earth. Look at that. Okay. So those of you that find we're talking about the snake. So this is gosh, I'm getting a return is what I'm hearing, a return to the inner earth. So, is it possible that the snake, kind of like the story that's coming to my mind right now that I'm going to share, my intuition is sharing a story about how the snake possibly scared you out of where you were, scared you out of your connection, scared you out of your inner earth, which is all about that base chakra. We're talking about strength, security, laying foundations. So what's being here with that snake, it's like in order for that snake to leave, right? And this is like what I'm getting here is like the snake is representing a fear. We are talking about really getting into that seat of our power, which is really this is our seat of confidence and courage. Overall, what we're talking about here is in a picture is this is really finding this confidence, and it's built in this mosaic pattern. Okay, so this is what's really coming all together. So this card wants to take you to an energetic gateway that connects us to the planet and everything that we have learned in our lifetimes. So place your hands palm down on the space between the top of your pubic bone and your belly button, and visualize yourself sitting against a giant tree that's anchored deep into the heart of Mother of the Earth. And here is your message. You're becoming fully aware that what you need in order to stay safe and fulfilled on the planet. Know that this is part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated on the planet now. And although at times you may feel unstable or that you have lost your way, you're building up the momentum to where you are today. You are in a space where you can build a powerful foundation, a space where you can lay exactly where you need to, who you need to be and what you need to do to flourish and grow. You have an opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you have buried deep within and reclaim gifts that you've abandoned. So, this is like, and that's what I was getting like the snake is leaving the hole so that you can go within to make a discovery. What? Beautiful. If you start taking any projects or thinking about taking up something you've had on hold, now's the perfect time. And we were talking about entrepreneur. So is there something that's been weighing in your heart? Is there something that's you've been wanting to create? Is there something that you let fear hold you from before? I can only feel that maybe this is for some of you, but I really am feeling this. I mean, it's a collective message. So take it as it resonates. The seeds that you're planting are sending roots deep into Mother Earth. You are held, you are supported. And isn't this a beautiful message right out the gate? And so this is really what's coming in for that divine feminine. This is the divine, this is what we're talking about, the sacral, the Lemurian timeline. We're going back into that inner earth. We're not allowing the snakes that came and scared many on the Lemurian timeline. There was a lot of fear there, tons of fear built on this timeline. And so it's like in a lot of ways, you're being led back there energetically to reclaim what was there for you, to go through the pillars, to follow the gateway. Wow, truly gorgeous. Now, when we're going into that solar plexus, okay, I love that we have the down under cards coming forward. And at this time, this is what's coming forward. And I was feeling this with the mouse. We were talking about the cleanliness. Excuse me. The cleansing. And hold on one second. Jordan, can you go ask Dad to order a pizza for us? I'm going kind of long here and that mommy will pay for it. Sorry. And hey, maybe that was for you. Maybe you're meant to order pizza. Okay, I'm just kind of kidding. Not really, maybe. So basically with this, we've got 4 cards coming up, or excuse me, 3 cards to really allow you to be in balance, okay, at this time. And what we've got here is the number 29 with the frog. We've got the number 44, the Inshinda, and we've got the number 19. Okay, so what does this mean? What I'm getting and what I want to share with you is, first of all, with this frog, just as it says, is a cleansing. I definitely was feeling that. And this is your ancestors telling you there's a cleansing at hand. Look at all this beautiful golden alchemy. I'm feeling this alchemy. It's like you've gone into this inner earth and rediscovered this part of you. And when we do that, when we go back down to rediscover, and look at this, when we go back down and rediscover, we're going to find what's also held there is some shadow. And really, it's through the shadow. And it's really facing that shadow energy, going for the cleansing, fighting the challenge head on. This is what allows us to fall through and to discover the brightest lights, these little fragments of ourselves that we leave behind. And the message I'm getting here is we want to reclaim that before we move forward. So this is a point in your journey where you're meant to really take a moment to do a cleansing. And I'm feeling that this has to do with a collaboration with somebody else. Yeah, the 29 is really in alignment. Okay, look at this. Like we're getting this alignment to this inner journey. But with this inner journey comes, everything must be in balance, my friends. Everything must be in balance. It can't all be lights, and ponies and fairies and all that all the time. We have to find it in balance. And this is why I'm sitting here. There's something that wants to be face down here. Okay. And so just allowing this cleansing, I'm not feeling like it's going to be a lot. I feel like maybe just collaborating with another healer is really going to help you be able to jump forward. Because here's the 44 special message. We're talking about the 44. Okay. We're talking about going full circle this year. All right. We're talking about, look at this, personal protection. The Inshinda is literally, in the animal world, the definition of the divine feminine. Okay. And it's like, There's such a beautiful message with the Inshinda. And in fact, I'm going to tell you, if you feel pulled to go back into my Sparkle Wisdom Oracle folder, there is a whole Inshinda, and there's more there for you, because this has gone full circle and you are where you are. This is a spoke of the wheel. And in order for the wheel to turn, it's like you've got to have everything in line. Okay, this is an alignment. And what happens most of the time, okay, the message here, divine feminines, what's happening more is that we allow that fear, okay, what's at the bottom, to keep us at bay, and it doesn't move us, okay? So what happens with the Inshinda is when that fear comes up, we're talking about the solar plexus, we're talking about really allowing the magic to guide you. If you don't allow the magic to guide you, you just ball up. How can you be moved? And if you can't be moved, how can you be kept safe? Because there's a story here that's coming through about, like, what if you're on the highway and you can't be moved because you're all balled up, and somebody, it's like allowing yourself to be transported is really what's coming up at this time. Okay? Allow yourself to be cared for. Allow the abundance, allow the structure to shift, allow the movement to shift. I'm getting like this movement, and this is coming from that cleansing. So allow yourself to collaborate, okay? And allow yourself to be nourished. That's what I'm getting here. How do you rebuild that strength? Okay, when you find this part, talking about the snake, and it's like, I don't want to say that this is a fight, because I don't feel like it is, except to me it feels more mental. Okay? It feels more mental. So this is about grounding, allowing yourself to be at one with this healing, allowing yourself to allow someone to assist you with this last little bit, okay? That's keeping you from fully fully getting being tuned in. Do you see how there's this like deflection here? Okay, like a shield is what I'm seeing here. So your angels are with you. There's just a little bit more to go here. Okay. So when you find this message, this is really a message from your ancestors that are saying, stay the course, take some time for some self care, allow yourself to be moved. Okay. Definitely feeling that very much. You've aligned to the 44. And now it's time to let things go full circle. Wow. It's you've come this far. Just keep going. Okay? Just keep going. Now we've got some crystals coming forward at this time to really show you the energies that are at play for you. Okay? And right away, I'm getting a message to add them. So I'm going to do that. So 50, 66, 69. 69. I'm just laughing uh, because I heard 69, wine and dine. Okay, like this is for adults only. Let me just say that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and see here. And I want to show you, I'm feeling the need to show you this. 69 is a 15, which is really a 6. So the vibration overall with these crystals are a 6. So what does that mean exactly? Well, the number 6 to me always speaks about integration, okay? It always speaks about a time, and this totally makes sense, okay? So I just kind of want you to look at these energies, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them. But I see a lot of things going on here. The biggest thing I see is we're going through a lot of transitions at this time, okay? We're going through a lot of transitions, and what's really being emphasized are these two cards, and they're both the 3 and the 30. And what we're talking about here is a really keeping ourselves centered on balance. Okay, this is the biggest message I'm getting here overall. Okay, for all of you that come here. Okay, so let's kind of jump into each of these. I'm not so familiar with the Kunzanite. I'm not familiar with this particular, this is the first time I've actually drawn this, but do you see how we're kind of getting to the center? And to me, what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing here is we've got some energy. I'm feeling it on the shoulders. We're talking about the heart chakra here. So it's like you're feeling this weight on your back. This really is making sense with everything that we're talking about. For those of you that chose this particular one at this time, we're getting to the center. So we want to get this energy off our back. I'm feeling like we've got some energy that's trying to come in and really um, um, I manipulate came up first, but that's not what I was say. I wanted to say exploit. Exploit your energy. It's trying to grab onto you. And this is it's kind of funny what I'm getting in my mind's eye here, but it's like it's trying to grab onto you. And in a lot of ways, spirit is letting you know that in order to get this off your back is really just to have faith, to walk forward. This is spirit guiding you here to be in collaboration with spirit at this time, to really just follow the promptings that you're getting. Any insights that are coming forward from this reading right now are here to benefit you, because what I'm seeing in multiple of these cards is look at the center. You're being drawn here to let you know you are a star at the center, my friend. Look at you are a star. And this is some fast moving energy. This is something that they all have together in common is they have this beautiful center, and the center is silver. So there's this really fast moving energy, but I'm also getting at this time with silver energy, I'm feeling Archangel Gabriel. So maybe what we have is a message coming in from spirit from you. I'm actually feeling at this point you may actually have some guides changing. So if you chose the snake at that time, see if you have some guides changing. Okay, we're really getting to the heart of the matter. This is emerald, and it's like, in a way, I want you to think of Oz, because that's like the first thing. It's like we have this wish fulfillment. So it's like, and that's totally fitting with what I'm getting here, because it's like here in the frog heart, when you face this shadow, this is the challenge at hand for you for this next 60 days. There's a challenge here. There's an alchemy that wants to happen. And this particular challenge, when you get to the heart of it, and don't you love how it's this green color, the emerald, very similar to the frog is what I'm trying to say. When you get to the heart of the matter, okay, what happens is that alchemy, and I mean, this is like jumping up. Do you see how this is like a gear? The gears start shifting is what I'm hearing, and it's like things get to move. And what I'm thinking about is in Oz, when Dorothy goes to Oz and they're like, bring me the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West. And in a lot of ways, this is really what the snake is all about. It's like facing that wicked witch, realizing that you had the power the whole time, my friends. Okay, realizing that you are the star, and it's all about keeping yourself heart centered, really finding yourself in balance is the biggest key here. Allowing the energy to just guide you, like and look at this flower, the star in the middle of the flower, the center. Okay, this is like the center of who you are. It's just like as you build from outside, as you build from outside, as you go through this challenge, it's like you are impacting more than you know. You are impacting more than you know, because what comes and gets nourished. And it's like in a lot of ways, I'm feeling this energy that you're a messenger to others, is what I'm feeling here. Let me know how this plays out, you guys, when you come back to this, because you're in the middle of your heart song. So even though you need this cleansing, it's like what I'm telling you is you get over that. You discover this beautiful part of yourself potentially left behind. This allows your heart to sing. This allows the gears. And so I'm feeling this gear. This is the magic, the green tourmaline, okay, which is for primarily the heart chakra, but it works with so many other chakras. It allows you to sing your soul song. So with this snake disappearing, you can feel that energy. Excuse me. You can feel that energy, because remember, you're the diamond in the rough. That's what's on bottom here. It's about going through the activations to realize that you are the light, that at the center of it all, you are so much more powerful than you know. Okay? And when we're going into those of you that chose this, what's coming up is some information for your divine feminine. Okay. The divine feminine co-creates, of course, with source and the guides. And so we're getting this a lot this year. really all this light coming in. We're feeling this from the beginning, remembering to jump up and to allow yourself to be captured. Isn't that funny? Allowing yourself to be captured, allowing yourself to really go into that soul song and allowing that communication. This is about communication with your guides, with the universe, with all the powers that are. And it's like that's what I'm getting here. Live joyfully in the present. Don't worry about what's in front of you. Don't worry about what's beside you. Really trigger into this energy of staying on path to following your north, following your guides, following your interests. I mean, this brought you here so that you can realize, hey, like I'm kind of feeling at this point in the journey when you see the snake, and this is a big deal. Okay, this is a big deal because you face a very big challenge. And this is what allows you to jump up and to capture this rejuvenation, these new codes, this nourishment from source, the gift within the challenge, keeping yourself in the ebb and the flow, living in the now, knowing it's not about who you are compared to where others are, but at the same point in time, staying plugged in, okay? Staying plugged into the pod, the community, allowing yourself to be open, okay? I love all this energy here. Allowing yourself to be open to work with them. And this is the masculine with source. Source wants to shower you, wants to allow those well of dreams, that imagination and the magic just to flow, to bring that into where we are. The epitome of love is, I mean, what's coming up right now is there are sometimes when I was a candle lady, okay, when I did party light more, some people would be like, oh my gosh, I just love what you did. I had so much fun here tonight and yada, yada, yada. And you know what I always said? And it was true. It was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. The biggest and the biggest reflection of how people felt was when they would refer someone to me. And so what I'm getting here is that source is going to go out of the way to let you know this cleansing is really just going to wash over you and bring you back to your center. It's really going to allow you to listen, to really move into this expression of what you truly desire and want to root in here. It's this reconnectedness to this wonder, okay? And it's like, I'm feeling like this is like, are you feeling this with these? Look at this. This is the energies. Okay, so this is what you're missing. This second card is the angels want to know. They want to show you what you don't see. And what you don't see right now is how impactful this evolution, this challenge that you're stepping into, this next year, this rediscovering of who you are, this reemerging, this childlike wonder, this evolution to really allow yourself to see with new eyes, right? Is really just going to really nourish you in ways and really make you feel so connected. Open yourself to true abundance. Yeah, this is what true abundance is all about. And this is what the 44 is all about. It's the magic and the imagination. This is what really fuels the soul, right? So as we move into, we've got some tips now for your actual divine feminine and your divine masculine as we step into our authenticity. We're talking about our throat chakra. We're talking about aligning and really walking forward as much as we can hand in hand in this alignment, okay? And we know that we're in different parts, but at the same point in time, this is what's coming up for the feminine. The feminine energy is the Krishna here. Devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. That's right. And it's like as you step into this authenticity, okay, as you find this balance, look at this peacock. It's like this is the abundance. And I'm feeling the crystals. The crystals are very important to keep in mind, okay? So that green tourmaline, keep watch for different crystals that come forward. I'm getting that with the new moon. So keep watch what I'm announcing so that you can participate because it allows you to hold this vibration with the crystals. I'm getting the crystals with this peacock feather. Peacock is all about abundance, but at the same point in time, it's like they carry crystals in their feathers. They lose them every year. And so it's like this is what you're losing. You're losing that snake, and you're growing into something else that's different. You're stepping into that authenticity. You're seeing with both eyes. You're seeing the truth for what it is. And you're understanding, you're alchemizing. And so there's really a lot that's going to come to the surface for those of you, for you divine feminines, okay? Those of you that resonate with the divine feminine energy, you're really stepping into this devotion. And this is what allows for this healing for the divine masculine. This allows for that open communication between the two, okay, is really this devotion, this understanding of what you've been through and what you have done, and the sacrifices that you've made lifetime after lifetime is really coming to a point with the divine masculine. We're definitely sealing this healing, this alignment, this caduceus. It's like one is not better than the other, and this is what's changing over with the ages. This is the page that we're like collectively taking the page and we're turning it. We're getting the movement. It's not about the man, the woman. It's not about she's better than him. There's a lot of reasons it was. The feminine is of the divine. The masculine, in a lot of ways, came after the fall. Okay? And so there's this comparison. They started to step into their own, and then that was judged. And these judgments is what keeps us separated. Believe it or not. This is happening within us and without and on the outside of us. And so if we allow ourselves to really understand that our actions, okay, masculine is the seat of our action. It's the steps that we take. And if we realize that we're healing these, okay, that we're no longer, what I'm seeing, and look at this, well of dreams again, we're realizing that we're protected. That overall, this is an overall thing for the masculine energy. It's like if I don't do, X, Y, and Z today, my world is not going to fall apart tomorrow. This is about surrender and faith. This is about enveloping yourself, allowing the caduceus, the divine connection to heal, right? Okay, so when you find yourself here with the snake, here's a couple prayers for you. It's going to be some work. It's going to be some work, and we're going through a change. Okay, so let's take these prayers from the angels to allow us to know what's coming forward, that this sacred, beautiful healing is coming forward for us, okay? So over these next 60 days, when you find this message, know that a lot is in store for you. And here's our prayers for you. I'm now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. In a lot of ways, this is a step into service. We talked about the entrepreneur who moved my cheese. This is really kind of going full circle about stepping into service and paying it forward to really understand that is what we're getting here for the divine feminine, that devotion of being in service for others. This is what allows your actions, your masculine energy to really understand and to heal. A lot of times we see this through the voice of others. Okay. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. And that is absolutely so true. And I want to go back to this first card. Because right away with this prosperity and with the peacock, I was just getting a message. This particular oracle was designed by a friend of mine. Her name's Joanna. Hi, Joanna. And it came together in a class. This was all developed from a class called Prosperity that we took together. And I am just saying the message here, don't be small. Do the work to be as big as you want to be. As big as you want to be. Do the work to allow yourself to grow. Beautiful. There is a change upon you, my beautiful friends. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need to know is one next action. And we're basically giving it to you today. The action is there's a cleansing here. There's something that wants to be alchemized, and we're getting to work with somebody else to do that. It could just be, I think I just mentioned it with you guys, it could just be doing that turquoise and straggler daisy attunement that's here on my YouTube. Try it. See what it does for you. How about making a commitment to join in the meditations that we're doing for the new moon? I do them on Facebook, but you can join my Facebook group. The link is right in the corner of my page. Okay. Of course, just put it here and I'll send you a link. But there's a change in front of you. And the more you can be in community, and that's where we're seeing here, be in community. Allow yourself to know that you're not alone. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. Wow. And the first step, my friends, is to do what? What's the first step? To allow the cleansing, but also to know that that hole has been cleared. Allow yourself to go back in to the inner earth, to the Lemurian timeline where a lot of fears happen. You can ask Archangel Michael to journey with you, to take you there if you feel called, to allow this transformation. Okay? Beautiful. Because this snake, ooh, I got the goosebumps. The snake can no longer take your path. We're not there anymore, my friends. It's time to move past that. All right. So thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and move to the next, which is the sun. So we're moving to the sun. So if you saw the sun, this is for you. And let's go ahead and get into it. We've got a lot of cards to go through. So you were brought here. We're talking about the 44 activation. You're coming back here every 60 days. So just to be familiar, the activation is available to the collective. It's available to us all. And it's all about using our magic of our solar plexus and the imagination and our well-lit dreams and allowing this to allow us to evolve. Okay, to evolve as we trailblaze the road to the 8th dimension. So what do we have here? Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful. I have to get it out because I forgot what it meant. All right, Earth Star Chakra. We have this beautiful mandala coming forward. I really love how the Earth Star Chakra, and every single time that so far, I don't want to jinx ourselves, but so far we have seen this, the darker cards. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking for, here it is. We've seen this really dark cards, and we just saw in the last pile that not all the cards are dark, but everything is in balance. But I love what we're seeing here because the Earth Star Chakra to me is the black chakra. Okay, it's like where a lot of shadows are there. So we've got 108 butterflies. Hold on a second. I kind of forgot what the scarabs meant. Oh my goodness, forgive me. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is happening here? Joanna, I can't find it. Okay, so I see 108 butterflies. I'm not seeing. Okay, so this is a mandala. So 108 is a very sacred number. You can actually Google this number. It's extremely sacred, and this has to do with the mandala. Okay, so the mandala is like something that you can go through. You can. This is about a journey. Okay, and getting to the center. Now the scarabs were seen as the sacred. A lot of times I actually think of the metamorphosis, and much like the butterflies, but these are like the insects. Let's see, it says creation and rebirth. Yeah. So it's like the scarabs, kind of like that Egyptian timeline is what we're thinking of here. And they have wings. Okay. So it's like this alchemy. A lot of times you'll see them in jewelry, is what I'm seeing here. So this is what we're getting. We're at a time of rebirth. So those of you that chose the sun, what we're doing is we're getting to the center and we're realizing we're getting to the center. And what's coming up right away here with the sun, okay, is another message. If you're already not working with the sun literally wants to work from you from the center moving out. What I mean by that is, especially if you have sight, okay? And at this point in the journey, I believe that you will truly understand this. Go out into the sun and sit in the sun, your back to the sun. Don't stare at it, but sit in the sun, in the rays of the sun, and ask Archangel Uriel to come be with you and to release all energies that do not serve your highest good. And you will literally see, and let me know if you do, come back and let me know, but you will see a mandala drop from the sky. And what it does is it takes the energies that are no longer for you and it takes them back to where? It takes them back to this element that we don't talk enough about, which is the dark matter, okay? Which is where really kind of like in a way got brought into the void, okay, which is where all creation comes from. So in a way it's like you're being, instead of going into the void, it's like the void is being sucked from you. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here. Okay, so this is what you've aligned to. And scar abs is what I just saw. Like I literally saw a line in between. We are talking about developing the seat of this. So it's really about having, really about having confidence, and allowing yourself also to allow the magic to unfold, to working with the earth and all the different ways that the magic unfolds. You have to allow yourself to breathe and to venture into some new territory. Okay, wow, beautiful. So in order for you to feel safe and to feel secure, because I'm seeing that that's something that could potentially be coming up here, we want to go ahead, because the sun is so massive, right? And so we want to go ahead. The angels have some prayers for you about how to preserve your energy and about how to feel safe and rooted in. And basically, what we're getting here is just to express your creativity, to allow the things, the insights that drop. Now, what I love here is she's kind of like looking up, and do you see, like, I'm feeling the sun. And we were just talking about how that can illuminate. And that's exactly what the sun does, is illuminates. When you work with it, with Archangel Uriel, you release all in your light body, all the things that are weighing you down. It kind of lifts you up. Are you feeling this lift here? Yes. It lifts you up and it allows you to see and to feel and to hear and to know the wind is blowing, the co-creation with source, the insights that are coming in. Okay, so this is really talking about, thank you, angels, for allowing me to express my inner creator. Okay, we found the sun here. The sun is the seat of masculinity. It is the brightest star in our solar system. We're talking about rejuvenating our light body with it, co-creating with the sun. And look at this. Holy moly. Oh, my daughter, the sun is a portal. Yes, it is. It is a portal, sweetie. That's why you don't want to. That's why you can't look at it. That's correct. Because you might pull something down that you shouldn't be. So we release into the sun. But look at how beautiful this is. Sacral inner space. Sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. And how beautiful is this? Because the ancestors are on the bottom of this pile. And we're literally talking about the sacral chakra. This is the activation coming in for your sacral chakra. This is the time for this beautiful activation. It is illuminating, luminescent. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh. Wait until you see the cards coming up next. This is just so beautiful. Sacred inner space is the activation. I have not seen this card before. This is a first. I'm very happy to bring this here. Sacral chakra, tenderness and sensuality. The sacral chakra is found beneath the belly button, okay? It's underneath the solar plexus. And what you can do is visualize a drop of divine light from the heart of the universe washing over you and through your genitals. Whoa. Reconnect with this energetic space and recognize that it is a space of divine power. This card transports you to the sacred inner space. It shows you an inner temple with flowing water and lots of soft colors coming from the blooming lotus. This encourages us that our sacred parts are beautiful, energetic gateways through which we can express and manifest pure life force. Wow, truly beautiful. Your message. You're being guided to the gateway of your sacred self. This is an opportunity to recognize that you are more tender and vulnerable aspects of your being holds keys to great power. Honor the sacred within. Reclaim any parts of yourself that you have disconnected from or abandoned. Now, we've talked a lot about this, and we're going to come back to it again because there's so many times that we will come back for deeper and deeper reflections. And the sacral chakra is the seat of Lemuria. It is the seat of the divine feminine, and it was a very, very, very painful time. And so there's a lot of energies there that many people avoid with reason. And so there's a huge lesson though in wanting. Okay, if you want to experience more love and belonging, look within. There's a huge lesson in finding love within yourself. Realize that false narratives have been floating around in your energetic field, stories that have discouraged you from expressing yourself. Yeah, and that's what I see a lot of what's happened on Lemuria. That's why it was really painful. It's like energies that come in and they are artificial. Okay, this is what I was getting here with the dark matter. This is why I mentioned the dark matter. In a lot of ways, the dark matter was brought down, and in a lot of ways, this is the fall. This energy was brought down, and it's artificial. We're already on that route. This artificial intelligence, it continues to go. I'm not going to go down the whole narrative there, but basically, in Lemuria, this was introduced and it affected the energies of the sacral chakra, the divine, powerful energies. I hear, hi, I feel called to this reading and loving your energy. Did you go over the rabbit already? I did, my dear. Thank you for being here. I did. This is a very unique, beautiful, progressive energy. So as soon as I post this, you can come back and check out the rabbit. And then every 60 days, you'll come back with something else that you choose. So feel free to come back. Make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and you'll get everything. I will repost this every 60 days, every 2 new moons. You're meant to pick a new energy, a new element from the drawing. So we're on the sun right now. So yeah, you chose the first one. No surprise. So you can come back and get that, or I don't know if you can watch that right now. So, but come back. Okay, I'm almost done. Got 2 more piles left. Awesome. And every Wednesday I go live with the Animal Wisdom Spark of Wisdom. So come back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, every Wednesday. And then there are insights in between. Okay. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we were just talking about this beautiful activation. And okay, you may have never been lied to or told that you aren't wait a minute. You may have even been lied to and told you aren't beautiful. Oh, this card is here to remind you that you are beautiful. And more importantly, you can create beauty in the world. Yes, you are the creator. Recognize that you hold the power of the universe within, and then you will find your flow. And so I love this activation coming forward for those of you that chose the sun. Allow the insight to really guide you. What's dropping in right now? Because, my friends, as we go into that, the seat of our magic into our solar plexus, I have the goosebumps. Allow the transformation. Allow that turquoise energy. This is the well of dreams that we're talking about, the activation between the two, allowing these waters, these crystal crystal clear waters of imagination and magic blending together to allow this beautiful evolvement. So, this is what's coming forward here to help keep you in balance. Know that you're in this transformation process and that there's all these little parts that need to be alchemized. So there's no time, okay? There's no timing. The sun is letting you know that every day you have the opportunity to come back and to sink into different parts that alchemize you, okay? And even though this is a butterfly, in a lot of ways, I'm getting the moth. And the moth is attracted to the light. And we're talking about the sun here. So we're talking about that attraction to the light, allowing that, being outside in the sunlight and allowing that to transform your soul, okay? To allow the healing, to allow the kookaburra, to allow the energy to come in and go down and really anchor the light into those darker chakras. I say darker because they're timelines, okay? And we're doing alchemy there because we're bringing the gold and the shimmer, and that's the sunlight anchoring the light in, bringing the shadows to the light. This is what true alchemy is all about. And so the kookaburra talks about this healing. It allows, you see the fire here? But it's like the fire is not engulfing the kookaburra. It's still singing its song. And it's in the seat of its power. Do you see this yellow eyes? And this is what is coming forward at this point in your journey. When you come here and see the sun, you are illuminating. You are stepping into that power. You're allowing that magic. You're putting your soul song out into the universe. You're at one with this part of you. You're creating the magic because you're at one in the integration, one in the flow, one into the movement, because what is always happening, the energy is always moving. You're always gonna be able to pick and choose at any moment to create that manifestation. And that's the message. Oh, so beautiful. This is why you're being called here. Your ancestors want to let you know you have now aligned to something new. You've gone through, look at this. Okay, what I'm getting here. Ooh, this is really interesting because on another reading, we got the Anshinda, and we had one where we saw the three legs, not the Anshinda. It was the Tasmanian devil, and that was more about the feminine energy. And here I'm feeling the masculine energy. And look at all these things that you went through. Look at this fight. Yeah, this fight. There's this alignment here, coming into balance with what true abundance is. Look at this intensity of the stare. Your ancestors are trying to say to you, the thylacine is an animal, like many animals that are unique just to Australia. It is like Bigfoot of Australia. And it has been that no one has seen one since 1939 or something like that. And so this is the fight. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. This is part of what we're working on here in the 44. This is where we are. The sun. The sun is so far away, millions and millions and millions of light years away, and yet it feeds our earth, right? And yet it has all this power, and you have the same. You have the same. This is this intensity to continue on the path, to not let all the strikes that went against you before. This is what I'm feeling here, because we're kind of talking about this dark matter. We're not going to let the darkness allow us to scare us off. No, my friends, it is because of the darkness, it is because of the fight within that we actually emerge knowing, what do we got to lose? What do we have to lose? And that's when you see with your ancestors' eyes, when you see what they have lived through, and when you see the history of what this earth has gone through, and when you see things with a new lie, with a new lie, with a new lie, not a new lie, new eyes, not the lies, then you can see this alignment to something really magical that everybody keeps missing. And guess what? A lot of times it's right underneath our foot. Right underneath our foot. Okay, that's the part that's missing. So really keeping yourself grounded, okay, is what's coming up here. Don't fight the energies. Don't allow the fear to get in the way. Just because it's not something you can't see doesn't mean it's not for you, okay? Because now we're getting into the energy around your heart chakra at this time. The crystals are coming forward. We've got 4 different crystals. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about that. Hold on. Someone's trying to call my daughter. And maybe somebody's trying to call you, okay? Or this is the call. Hear the call. Here we go. We've got 4 crystals. We've got magnetite pyrite. We've got labradite, which I am actually wearing. We've got hematite. And we've got pink opal. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is so crazy what's coming up here. The animals I see in behind here. And I'm just seeing all these cards for the first time. This is a different kind of reading than I normally do, but I'm going with it. So here we have magnetite pyrite. Magnetite pyrite is a very powerful, very, very, very powerful. It actually aligns with barley. I actually give attunements. I teach a class about how placing attunements in your chakra system and about how our chakras communicate to the cosmos. So this is a lot about how these energy is read. And magnetite pyrite is really powerful because it is the silver and gold energy. It is the best of both worlds. Here at the 66, this is like this alignment. We're talking about this integration. We're talking about kind of like when we say integration, it's kind of like surrendering to the process. And so it's really letting you know that there's this connection. This is very deep into our Earth Star chakra is where this works, and it also works with our solar plexus, our throat chakra. So this is what magnetite and pyrite does is it really allows this polarity and really allows this balance in between. Okay, and 6 is attributed in numbers is a very lucky number. So this is a double alignment to this double integration, this double luck. It's like you've magnetized and pulled something to you. So this is really the energy around. I'm seeing that there's some challenges here for you, but at the same point in time, when you allow yourself to see from the sun, to work with the sun, to lift, right? We're talking about lifting and getting a lift off. When you increase that vibration, you automatically pull to you different experiences, okay? And so the pink opal, we're talking about the heart chakra here. We're talking about communication. The heart is our center, okay? So the pink opal is actually used as a shield for the heart. And so you want, in a lot of ways, this is showing me that you've gone through this heart activation or you're on that last little part of this heart activation. This is really kind of in tune. And this is the gift and the challenge that when you go into that timeline and you realize, okay, because there's something you've been called here because there's something that wants to transform you. And your heart is the gateway, but at the same point in time, it needs to be protected from these other scripts, these other things trying to invade, right? Invade inside. So this is and that's that integration. Don't allow your mind, okay? Allow yourself to be at one with everything, but don't allow negative scripts to really come in and they're not going to undo things, but they're just going to take you on a longer part of distraction. So what I'm feeling is you were called here. At this point in time, you chose at this point the sun to really, and the sun is kind of in that background, right? But it's like, even though it's in the background, it's always working. It's always cleansing and clearing things for you if you allow it. Okay, the hematite we're on the new earth, baby. We're not dealing with things from the past. We're really moving forward. And so you want to ground your energy into this new earth. And in a lot of ways, you've been pulled here with the sun. I'm actually feeling this transgression with the sun, this elevation, using the power of what's been here. What you pulled towards you is really moving into that new earth. Okay, moving into that 5D experience, 60, 70. It's not really about the Ds. It's really about the quality of the experiences that you're having. Okay, it's like those shadows have been left behind. It's seeing things in a new light. And this is the magic coming up. Hematite aligns you with the new earth and allows you to propel into the new earth. And labradorite is very protective. It has like this rainbow quality. It has this grayish. And so you've really alchemized. So this is telling me you've come here at this point. You've chose the sun. You've chose this bright star. You are a huge bright star. You've done this alchemization. You've done the work. You've seen things for how they are. You've aligned to this, and now you're moving into this magic. This magic, the crystals, every single crystal, besides the 66 is a 7. So we have, look at this, we have 66 and 777. We're talking about a full house here, yo. It's like this is a good hand that you have pulled. And this is what Spirit wants you to know is like there is no such thing as a bad hand. Yes, maybe things have been challenging to this point, but if you really look through the view of that life has been crappy, things have been falling apart. If you really look and you really see, you'll know how strong you are because you were still here. You were still here, my friends. You rose to the challenge. Now the gift is to see how much stronger you are because of that. How much stronger you are, that you're still here, that you're still got this creative spirit. You still have these insights. You're still pulling things to you. Your spirit is still alchemizing and ascending in spite of it. And my friends, this is what this is all about. Things are not falling apart. They're falling together. They're falling together. So put your head up high. Do not see yourself. This is that donkey energy. This is the reminder. And this is what came up earlier here. Remember we were seeing that activation, right? We're seeing this activation here. And whenever I see the donkey, it's like, man, the donkey, I think of that song. It's the donkey song. If you heard me sing it before, I can't help it. And it's all about he doesn't feel worthy. I'm not worthy to carry Mary. I'm not worthy. I'm not as strong as other animals. I can't do things. I don't have a great sound. It's really like judging themselves. And here you're meant to know, my friends, you are so much more powerful and you are so special and so beautiful. And all of us has place, including the donkey, because who do you think carried Mary to have the baby? You know, I'm trying to say on the journey. Who do you think did that? The donkey did that. Okay? The donkey did that. And that's what you're meant to see here is maybe your journey has been, if you want to compare, because we were getting with you guys, wasn't it you guys? I'm kind of getting things mixed up a little bit. It's like you want to, okay, we're just going to pull the next card. It's like you don't want to, because this is the magic, okay? This is what the angels wanted you to know. Divine feminines, they wanted you to know that you were special, that you were divine, that you were created for this particular work. Okay, you were created for this moment. Okay, know that. Put your chin up, look forward. You are on path. Okay, this is all about the hardest roads have the brightest. What does it say there? The most difficult roads lead to the most beautiful destinations. Every single part of us has our own mission. You cannot compare yourself to what others are doing. We all have our place in the hive, okay? And we're expanding beyond the hive, to be honest. We're going beyond the hive now, okay? We're really going into a world where we realize that we're each special. It's not just about the queen and about the queen. It is. It's about stepping into your queendom. It's about owning your power. This is what this card is about. What you don't see is it's about owning that queendom, stepping into this role, knowing that everything is nourished because of you. You are the one that survives the winter. You are the one that holds the imprints to the hive, okay, to those that come to work with you. But at the same point in time, it is like they nourish, like it all goes hand in hand. Do you see? And this is what you're not seeing is like we all have our imprint. We all have our special. And look at the abundance here. This is literally talking about the honey, the abundance, about the sweet nectar, about being in that queendom. And this is really the essence of what we're talking about here. You were the sun. And can you think of anything brighter than honey? Anything more abundant to the face of our planet than honey? It was literally the very first means of money transaction was honey. Like that's the beautiful abundance of honey. It never goes bad. God bless you. It actually has all these antibacterial properties. And it's like you need to be in your queendom in order to have the hive. Okay? So, special heart healing with joy. Allow yourself to see who you are. This is what you might see yourself as. This is who you are. You are the queen bee, my friends. And because you find your spark and because you plug into your beautiful individuality of who you are, you're able to create this beautiful network of honey. Okay? Gorgeous. So gorgeous. Now, overall, that's what we're talking about here. The feminine energy is still feeling triggered over this next year. So really allow yourself to face that head on, to see things how they are, and also keep in mind that the masculine, this happens inside you and around you. Remember that we are all on our own path, okay? And there's two different parts within us, okay, as we're stepping into our magic. And this is the challenge at hand, to step into that magic and to step into that imagination, to allow us to overcome. Okay? And so now the angels want you to know at this time we have a special message for your divine energy. And that's what we're getting here. Okay? For your divine and masculine, to step into your authenticity. And so at this time, look at this, Lady Venus. We're talking this whole time about the 44, which is the challenge between your solar plexus and your well of dreams. Look at this well of dreams. Are you seeing this? You are opening. And this is what's leading to that. Okay, Lady Venus downloads an understanding. So going down into that sacral chakra, that activation is really powerful, and it's leading to new understandings, and it's leading you to understand what facing that could do and that timeline and how that could propel and expand your consciousness. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Yes, my friends, we have been getting this from the beginning. Okay? It is really just the same exact message over and over and over, that we have a metamorphosis happening to that feminine energy, and we are alchemizing and we are ascending, and because we're ascending, we are actually pulling pulling those energies to us. When you have a higher frequency and vibration, you pull new experiences to you. And this is what this card is showing you. And so this is not only happening in that well of dreams, but I'm seeing a lot of crown action also happening here. So your channel is being cleansed at this time. You have a lot going on. So it's really important. The biggest thing that I'm getting here so much, so much, is to really avoid judgment for yourself and for others. Okay? Because you have a lot of connection coming up. You're rising in that connection. And this is for your divine masculine, okay? That there's some transcendence happening. And look at that snake. Where did you choose the snake in this progressive? Have you chose the snake yet? Is this forthcoming? Okay? Or is this after that? And look at this. We've been following the new moons for these activations. This is a progressive activation. You're meant to choose it every 2 new moons. You're meant to choose a new item every time, okay? And so this time you've chose the sun. Maybe it's your first time, okay? And maybe it's telling you the snake is next. Maybe there's something here. But what I'm getting here more than anything, it says rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Yeah. And this is based on these new downloads. Okay. So this is the information coming in. This is the synergy for your feminine, masculine energy at this time for the next 60 days. Allow this energy to come in. You're getting downloads. You're getting all kinds of little nuggets, little diamonds, diamonds in the sky. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Okay. And this is going to propel you into new steps with this masculine energy to deal and to alchemize and to transcend all that is perceived, all that is perceived, all that is perceived. Okay. To see things in a very new light, to see things in a new light, to see that the new earth is here. Okay. To see that this is protected coming in so that you can learn to protect that heart and as an empath to not allow the energies and the scripts of others to impale you. Okay, that you are your own healer. Okay, and that's very much something that I preach. You are your own most divine healer. And yes, there are tools. That's why I give the Rainbow Bridge class. I teach how to put these attunements in. You can check them out. Did any of these attunements come up? Not yet. But you never know what's going to come up month to month. Okay? And I've been guided to do, and that's what I'm getting with that new moon energy. A step that you can take is every new moon, 3 days before, I offer it's a free meditation with these crystal plant attunement combinations. And that's actually what I'm seeing here. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm seeing that this will actually assist you. I mean, I'm literally seeing that with the flower medicine in the back. It is a combination of crystals and flower medicine. So please keep watch. I would love to have you join that. It's really cleansing and beautiful. So we want to leave you, those that chose the sun. You're so big, and it's just like you're the center, and everything is the center of your universe right now. There's like this attachment in a way. So just really allow yourself to let go and believe. Okay, at this part of the journey, I'm just feeling a little bit of exhaustion, a little bit of wear and tear. So this is really, I hope, going to lift your spirit. Okay, so here we go. Here's our prayers for you moving forward from the angels. It's all about perfectionism and direction. Okay, sorry, pizza's arrived. So here we go. In order for this transformation to occur to the solar plexus, to the sacral chakra, to allow your garden to grow so beautiful, we're talking about perfectionism. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. And this is a message that you needed to find today. Here it is. There is no such thing. Allow yourself to find direction. Dear Divine, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. And here's that pansy energy. I thought I saw it earlier, but here it is now. So keep watch. The pansy is another attunement that we give. I'm trying to remember what it goes with. At this point, I can't remember, but that will certainly be available. Allow yourself to be nourished. Allow yourself to be guided, because divine feminines, the biggest message here is you co-create with source. It's like if there's no pre-plan, you develop it as you flow. You develop it as you flow. Okay. So I'm getting hello from the UK. Hey, girl. You know what? Normally I wouldn't mind, but we're not doing that at this point. Okay. So kind of hold off, and you're giving me a great reason, a great thing to do. We're doing a progressive right now. This is a really intense. I still have 2 left. We've been on for 2 hours. This is about the activation for this year. So we'll do it another time. So please come back. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move into the vegetation. All right. So there's 6 elements in this picture. This is what a progressive reading. This is information, the 6 elements that come together to lead to your evolution. So now that you've been brought back here, I will post this to remind you all of what's coming. You're supposed to pick the first thing you see, come back in 60 days and choose something else. 60 days more and choose again, and so on and so forth. So this is for those that chose the vegetation. Wherever you chose this, whether it's the cactus, the shrubberies, any of the vegetation, this is for you. Okay, so first of all, we're talking about aligning. Again, I love that we're getting this darker card energy as this oracle is filled with both. Talking about the Earth Star chakra, we're talking about manifestation, and we've got the peacock here. You've been led back here at this new moon to let you know, boy, have you aligned to prosperity. There is definitely big changes ahead of you these next 60 days. Definitely keep yourself aware and keep yourself vibrating high. I'm feeling a crown activation for sure. Some prayers that the angels have for you at this time in order to make you feel preserved and safe. We're talking about loved ones in heaven. Have you been doing and working closely with your ancestors as this is all brought forward by the ancestors? There's this beautiful love connection. I'm feeling like you're going to connect to someone specifically on the other side. This could actually be for some of you mediumship. There's this new gift that's unfolding. I'm also feeling that there's a message. Many of you will see this, actually, some of you will see this in spirit at this point in time, but also some of you at this point in your journey, it'll be synchronicities, signs for loved ones, something that you can think of specifically. And thank you, loved ones from heaven, for drawing me close at this time, for really allowing you to be inspired and to know that part of this transformation, part of the magic, part of this 44, remember, you've been brought back here at this time to let you know that overall this year we're going through this heart imagination. I'm reading, just getting started right now on the vegetation. So if you saw the cactuses, things like that, I already did the hair, Nicoletta, so I'm sorry, come back when I'm done. I still have one more to do. There's 16 cards in each one, so it's so crazy. But but if you chose the vegetation, then this is for you. If you didn't choose that, then you're going to come back and get that at a different time. The angels are working really closely with you. Your ancestors want to let you know that there is some divine wisdom, some illumination, something that's being brought to the light for you. Okay, this is what we're getting in that root chakra. I'm getting a reminder that Archangel Uriel is here the whole year to really allow yourself to use the sun. I'm just going to repeat it, to release any and all energies that do not serve you. Just ask Archangel Uriel to allow your light body to be cleansed, to allow you to illuminate. Look at this beautiful activation. Wow. Gorgeous. So we have an activation for those of you that chose the vegetation. We're talking about star healing codes, important information. Wounds are healed. Recharge. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. That is such a gorgeous card. So let's go ahead and see what this activation is at this time. Okay. So those of you that found yourself here, I know this is a different reading. Thank you for those that are joining me live. I really appreciate it. And I will not be offended if you want to come back and come back to this thread and definitely leave comments because, I love them. Give me a like and a share. This is for the whole year, okay? So this is a progressive. So you're going to come back to this every 60 days. And I'm going to definitely share it with you. Okay, there are many names for star beings, ETs, star people, star ancestors, sky people, and more. Whatever they're called, they're divinely inspired, evolving beings that exist in dimensions that we can't even comprehend. They are the overseer of the cosmos, and like angels, they're divine expressions of the heart of Source, who's dedicated to the well being of the entire universe. They are not limited to time or space, for they are in front, or they're from higher dimensions. Their frequency healings are received on a spiritual level and can move through our energy centers to affect the physical. Beautiful. Their cosmic beings are interplanetary cousins and are now coming to many souls on Earth to support healing, expansion, and harmony. Star beings exist in multiple forms and come from many different universes, but this card is a gateway that transports us to one of their healing sanctuaries. It is a gateway that is open to many different star beings, and so it doesn't stipulate which cosmic race is coming to us, but that we will all receive healing codes directly from cosmic guides. This healing is an emotional, physical, or spiritual. However it comes, know that it comes as a great blessing and know that it comes at this time. So connect. Thank you, star beings, for healing, for placing, say, thank you, star beings, for healing, for placing your hands of light upon my being and guiding me back to my whole and healed self. Your message is the world can be overwhelming and intense, and at this time, you're being taken to a place of sanctuary. You might feel called to be a healer for others or to share healing with the world, but please ensure that you are balanced and filled up with light first. And isn't that funny? Because I just mentioned that to make sure that you balance your light with Archangel Uriel. So that in itself is part of this cosmic light being sanctuary, I feel. And you're being transported there. Beautiful. Star beings are channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being. It is important for you to stay alert and to stay intuitive guidance of your body so that you can be restored to your health. And look at what's coming in next. Now, in the seat of our power, we're getting some animals coming forward to help us keep the balance, okay? And so we have the gray kangaroo letting you know. I'm seeing 3 different things these next 60 days that are just going to fall into your structure. Spirit is actually dropping these little joeys for you. So keep yourself centered with your ancestors. Allow the abundance to come with you. Well, that's truly beautiful. Allow the fears to dissipate, okay? So we were talking about the healing coming down and allowing yourself to release these energies. How beautiful is that ability? And excuse me. The last one is the crow. Now, the crow, it can sometimes be misunderstood, but letting you know this collaboration with the abundance is really working with others, okay? This is talking about law. This is talking about the polarities. This is what I was feeling here, is like this is divine law, justice, if you will, is as being happening at this point. So at this point in your journey, look at the crystals. I mean, oh my gosh, the crystals are coming forward. Look at this, you guys. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is just so gorgeous. We've got turquoise, okay, number 57, that special sauce. We've got the fairy quartz, number 22, master number. We've got the clear quartz, which is the amplifier of all these energies, number 56. And we've got the sugilite, number 32. The energy that I'm feeling from these crystals coming forward in your pile is so shamanic. Turquoise is definitely working with your ancestors. It's such a healing frequency. Now you can check that out too. At this point in time, I do have a turquoise meditation. It is available for anyone at any time. It is so therapeutic. It's working with the ancestors, the Indians specifically, and it is just such a beautiful, beautiful time. But it's like the fairies also coming in, the structure. This is the magic coming in, letting you know. So it's like, look at, we've got the ancestors sending you energies. We've got the fairy, the elements sending you energies. The sugilite, which is actually coming, I always refer to it as like the sugar daddy. Okay. So this is like source coming in to enrich you at this time. And look at that 10 in between here. So look at, we've got the one. Okay. This is what I'm getting here. The one in between here, the amplified of the shamanic medicine of the turquoise. And then we've got the 10 in between. So we're aligning. This is an alignment brought to you by spirit at this time. So whether it doesn't matter where you chose this is the energy that's around you. This is the energy that's available to you. Okay. Now, when we're talking about stepping into our authenticity, we want to keep in mind that this year, this is for overall, we still have the feminine energy is being triggered still. The masculine energy is still healing and rising into finding this new security, knowing that they can relax, that they're surrendering more. But there's, excuse me, I have this terrible cough. But this is like aligning, okay? There's already been an alignment, and there's this mutual understanding what's happening between the two. So the energy coming forward from this, from the angels, the first card is all about something, the magic that they want you to hear, okay? So the angels, this is what they want to teach you, okay? So this is what's being taught. This is the energy. There's a message coming down. Paying attention. We were getting pay attention. Be alert. Follow your promptings. Okay. The owl can pick up on all the difference. And I think this is going to come around the full moons. This is coming out around the new moon. Okay. But around the full moon. So about 2 weeks from now, this full moon or the next full moon, when you find this message, there is a huge healing coming in. Oh my goodness, that you've aligned to. And this is the great oh my goodness. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. Sorry. So this is healing coming in. This is the great horned owl. And he is the most fiercest of all the owls. So what I'm feeling here, divine feminines, the energy that's coming in, because this is a message for the divine feminine energy, is to really pay attention and know that you can see things from different viewpoints. Okay. And this is encouraged at this time to see things from the light and feathery of the dove. Oh, my husband is so beautiful. Thank you, honey. Give me a cough drop. My goodness. To the fierceness of this owl. Okay. And it's like being open to all the perspectives in between. This is what the owl's coming forward, to pay attention, to see things from a different point of view, to observe, and to really pay attention, especially what's coming in at night. Okay. Especially what's coming in at night, my friends. At this time, what you don't see and what the angels want to make sure you do see at this point, those of you that chose the vegetation, is that you are the prize pig, that you have aligned to this, that you are so protected. And it may not feel like it at this point in time, okay? Although I'm feeling so much energy at this point. But what I'm feeling is like a renewed energy. So possibly when you're finding this, there's this level of potential exhaustion, okay? Because this is a long, this is affecting all of us. And so how we all interrelate during this time, during this challenge of really stepping into the magic. And what I'm getting here is that story of Charlotte's Web. I mean, it's a beautiful story about how the spider, specifically the spider, which I find very interesting, that combination, the spider and the pig work together to communicate these beautiful messages to the world. Okay, this is that authenticity. This is what's coming for you. Okay, it's not about appearances, it's about the vibration that you hold for others at this point. This is about the sun and how you illuminate that beaming out. Just beautiful. So That is just gorgeous. And that's what you don't see at this point. Okay. So, what you're not seeing right now is that this is truly for you. And this is a unique spin on things that is meant for you. So, allow this healing to come in and really showcase um, that you are the prize person. Okay. That you are, that you've got all this support. And look at, I'm specifically seeing that fairies. Okay. So, it's really interesting because I'm really feeling this elemental energy. However, with that being said, it's like taking that up a level, okay? Taking that up a level because we're here with the vegetation. And it's like the vegetation, a lot of times what I'm getting right now is like the fairies, they work with the vegetation, and all the stories you hear, they use their fairy dust and they help everything to grow. But at the same point in time, what we forget a lot is it's the same for us, that they nourish us as well if we open ourselves up to that. You see? So this is all about, this whole thing is about an expansion. And so this is what was coming forward at this time. For our divine feminine, we want to remember that the Holy Spirit is upon us. Okay. And I love this connection with the prize pig because we were getting words and I'm hearing like speaking in tongues. So, is this potentially new gifting arising with channeling at this time? Are you able? Here's the Holy Grail here in the center. There's that dove, and look at that connection here with the owl. Okay. So it's like, and there's something coming in, and it's like going to allow you to speak tongues, is what I'm hearing. This is an elevation. Okay. This is a time of expansion and magic. So allow your imagination, like keep yourself rooted, but at the same point in time, allow yourself to expand and see beyond the everyday. Okay, the everyday. If you need any assistance, you know who's here for you. Archangel Michael. He is here for you. He is committed. Just call upon him, trusting in heaven. You are safe. The angels stand close. Surrender to the concerns. Allow the miracles to come. Allow the miracles. Allow the magic to unfold. Allow yourself to be guided. Look at this. This is for the feminine energy. This is for the masculine energy. I mean, talk about the beautiful relationship between the fire and the ice melting each other and really being able to develop from that imbalance. Oh, I'm just feeling this in so many ways. This is truly, truly, really beautiful what I'm seeing here with these cards for you today in the vegetation. And so you've been led back here because this is a divine, this is a time where you've got maybe some auspicious things happening that feel kind of crazy, okay? And Archangel Michael is saying, call upon me, okay? Call upon me. Allow yourself to know. Expect miracles. I mean, look at this connection. This one says, remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. And then Archangel Michael says, allow a miracle to occur. So not only do we believe in them, not only do we see them, but we know that they manifest for us. Okay? And what I'm getting here with the authenticity, because this is the chakra of the throat chakra, is this fire and ice. Keeping it in balance. That's what I was trying to say to you. Allowing anything that's scaring you and freaking you out, okay? Allowing that to melt. And anything that has you feeling, like it's like out of control and overwhelmed, like it's too fluid. Call upon Archangel Michael. There's this balance here, okay, that I'm feeling. Specifically at this time. This is for the next 60 days when you see this, when you pick this part. So here's the prayers that we have for you. Okay. Positivity. It's beautiful. Look at these two birds. Birds of a feather, the birds and the bees. Ooh. And then we have forgiveness. Okay. So let's start with this first one, being positive. If you can find even one thing to be grateful for today, it will restore your light. Please, dear God, let me align to always feel gratitude for something, even a tiny thing, even in the hardest situations. And what I'm seeing here is this bird is turned around and looking to another, looking to nature, looking. There's like so many things that you can be grateful for. The ray of sun, how it feels on your face, the cool water on a hot day, the birds chirping. But look at how we're turned around. When you're turned around and looking at the past, when you're looking behind you, it makes it hard to move forward, doesn't it? And so the angels have a prayer for positivity to keep walking forward, to keep on the journey. You've taken the challenge, keep going. There's a healing of aligned for you here. Call upon Archangel Michael. See if he can journey you to one of those sanctuaries. Don't look behind you. Use your magic and creativity. That's the point of the challenge this year, to evolve beyond the obstacles, using your imagination, your creativity, sitting in your power, realizing that you pull the experiences to you. So if you're looking behind, expecting what you always get, guess what you're going to get? What you always got. Okay? So don't be looking behind you in the past. That creates all that anxiety, okay? Or it's stress. And looking too forward, that's what creates that anxiety. Allow things just to go with the flow. Allow yourself to collect flower to flower. Allow yourself to find the beauty in the smallness, in the movements, in the day-to-day, the motions, the flow. Okay? Your other one, forgiveness. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear God, to fully accept what is. Knowing this alone will open me up to the new. And I love that there's poppies on here, because at this time, like the vegetation, when the vegetation is in the desert, right? And so it has a more challenging time to grow in the desert. But poppies, my friend, poppies are the most powerful flowers. Do you know that they plant poppies? The very first flowers are planted anywhere where there's been some burning. It is the very first flower to grow back. It rejuvenates the ground, and it does the same thing for you. So I feel like with that fire and ice, I feel like something's being burned away. But at the same point in time, with this tower moment, when something falls off, we allow something beautiful to come in its place. With a rebirth, we let go of one thing and we allow growth for another. This is what I'm feeling is happening for you at this time. So thank you for being here. You chose the vegetation. Come back in 60 days and choose. I'm going to remind you, I'm going to post these every other new moon, and then choose the next one. So if you started with vegetation first, you'll choose something else. There are 6 elements coming together to create this evolution for you. Okay? So thank you. We're moving on to the last one, and I want to do a shout out to my family. Thank you to my family for your patience, because we're going on 3 hours here.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Santa Maria.
All right. So definitely think about leaving a donation. Okay. All right. So those of you that have chose, we're on our very last one. And of course, there's 6 elements in this drawing, which Spirit has led me to draw. I did draw this myself. I was kind of chose, but there are only 6 elements here, believe it or not. And we're on the very last one, which is the rocks. Okay? The rocks. Now, every element has its purpose, and you're meant to come back every 60 days. So maybe you're seeing the rocks last like I did. There's no judgment. We all are going to move through these transitions at our own time and our own pace. But these 6 transitions are to occur within this next year to allow this 44 to happen. The 44 is an activation to our solar plexus and our well of dream chakra. And this is happening to the collective. We're trailblazing the path to the 8th dimension, which is where we can shed our shadow self. This is really big news. It's going to happen in all of our lifetimes and is based on choice. All right, so let's get into it. You have chosen the rock, and this is the advice for the next 60 days. It is a lot of advice, so Thank you for coming here at this time. I forgot to write down let's go ahead and write down your timestamp, 2:57:41. Okay, so if you have found your way here at this time, the rock is speaking to you, and the rock right away has like a heaviness to it, right? It's fixed. It's meant to be. And the whole 44 is all about this movement. There's this movement, there's this destination, and the destination is about the journey. So we're here in the desert, and every single element in the desert has a different way that it affects, that's being affected by the climate, so to speak. Okay, so let's get into it. What the rocks are talking about is we are focusing on a breakthrough. Okay, so this is what's coming forward in our Earth Star chakra. I absolutely am going to say it one more time. Every single card we've gotten for the Earth Star chakra, which is our relationship with Mother Earth, it's us being planted in the earth, right? The darkness. This is all about growing and expanding. I mean, it's just so beautiful. We've gotten these dark cards. I'm saying that because they're half and half. And it's just pretty amazing and synchronistic that every single one is of the dark black with the stars, because this is how I see this chakra. The Earth Star chakra is like this black flame. It's how we're planted in the dirt, okay, and how we break through as, plants. But here we're talking about the rocks. So this is already something fixed. This was already meant to be. And so the rocks want to tell you that you are emerging. Look at this beautiful photo. There's this huge transformation. At this point, you're feeling this emerging. There's this huge breakthrough that's allowing you to poke through that dirt, okay, so to speak. And that's what I love about the rocks being on top of the dirt already. I'm getting that feeling. It's like you're not starting in the void. You've already have that creative spark. And so this next 60 days is about building on that. Okay. So what we have coming in, the angel coming in right now is Archangel Zadkiel. This is a period of transformation these next 60 days. So you might be working with Archangel Zadkiel. He might be a guide for you at this point. And he is all about the violet flame. So you can actually use the violet flame. And I'm going to be teaching classes about how to use the violet flame, how to close portals. And so this is just like I mentioned, that if you would like that information, to kind of keep it down here. I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on lots of, and YouTube, not lots, but sometimes some of the information gets lost, even though I try to share it everywhere. Okay, but this is all about transforming from those past challenges. It's like, remember, we were stuck, we're emerging, we're having this breakthrough. So whenever we have a breakthrough, it's like, ooh, look it, I went up a level. Well, we have to kind of flame everything, burn everything. I'm sorry, my daughter is trying to, yes, Jordan, please go. I'm sorry, my daughter is like, Mom, are you almost done? I am almost done. So there's this burning away of what was, okay? So when we emerge, we have to like let go of the caterpillar, okay? We're not in that anymore. We're not doing those activities. Like when that caterpillar goes into the cocoon, it like eats and eats and eats and eats and eats. And now as we're emerging, it's like, wow, we're letting go. We're in this new like sticky situation, things feeling a little bit different, exciting, but we have to let go of where we were in order to stretch and go into what we're meant to be. And so that's who's coming in to really preserve your energy at this time for the next 60 days. You can call upon Archangel Zadkiel. He will show you how to share the divine flame, how to share and direct the violet flame to really kind of like take care of everything in your path. Is really what I'm getting. It's like a clear path for you. And that's what's coming up these next 60 days. What a beautiful, beautiful message. The activation is to the Akashic Records. Hello. This is a beautiful activation. Let's go ahead and read about it. Look at that. We're clearing old stories, releasing past lives. Freedom. Freedom. I love that song George Michael. That's coming to mind. In fact, play that song, watch that song on YouTube, the video and everything, the original version. And I believe there's an insight there for you, because that is really a very deep song, believe it or not. And if you're super young and you don't even know what I'm talking about, oh Lord, help me. I'm dating myself, but that is coming up for you. Oh my goodness. And I keep forgetting. Archangel Haniel. There is another song that's coming up for you. You spin me round, round, baby, round, round, like a record, baby, round, 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 round. Okay. And this is what I'm getting. Archangel Zadkiel's come forward at this time because you at this time have an overactive pineal gland. So you've got something being cleared in your pineal gland. I actually feel bad because I forgot to share a couple of these messages. I'll put them in the description. I had Archangel message for each one of them. And so I will put that into the, I'm trying to look here in alphabetical order. This book is not working with me. All right. It's easier to look for numbers than it is. Okay. So here's the connection. Visualize yourself at a crossroads. Tune in to the directions that feel. Okay, I'm sorry. That's the wrong one. That's the Stargate. Forgive me. We're looking at the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is like the library of everything that's really ever happened. Okay? And we can visit the Akashic Records in our dreams, visions, meditations. When we're transported and guided to connect with them, we're being given the opportunity to take an inventory of our life and all the events that have taken place to gain information of lifetimes past. Ask your angels and guides to direct you to the energy of the Akashic Records. If you're feeling stuck or unsure, ask the records to reveal to you any essential soul lessons or information that you can fulfill your purpose during this lifetime. When you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from your past experiences. This can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, older aspects of current lifetime that you've moved on from. Know that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecision. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. I really love this because the pineal gland talks about clarity. And so this is a time of clarity for you. If you're sitting on a dream or if you're feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson. And it's essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies of your past. And so and you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this expectation is not your truth, but an old energy being released from your energy body. Beautiful. That's a beautiful way to say it. Let's repeat that. Know that this is an expectation, is not your truth, but old energy being released from your energy body. Call your angels to shine their light into repressed fears, energies, and stories that no longer serve you at this time to fly into freedom. These are just deepening and deepening, deepening lessons of that sacral, of that Lemurian timeline, that Venetian energy. Now, wherever you started, if you started number 1 with the hare, they were showing the progression of Venus, okay? So I just love that we're kind of ending here on a note to really kind of let go of that transit and to move into something new. The angels, and this is from the ancestors. Okay, so I want to remind you that the ancestors have brought in these activations. All 6 of them are brought in by the ancestors. Now, to step into overall our confidence, to step into the mosaic that we've been creating this whole time, where I'm assuming that you're coming here later for the rocks, okay? It's what I'm assuming. There's no wrong way, but I'm assuming that you may have picked the rocks last, may not have seen them. You might have seen the snake first, you might have seen something else first. So I'm assuming this is closer to one of the last things that you chose. So this is coming forward months and months from now, even though you may be watching this now. This is meant for you. Potentially, this could be really 8 months from now. Okay. So at this point in time, the animals that are coming in to show you balance, to keep the magic in balance, are the hawk. And the hawk specifically talks about a time of alignment. Okay. I like this because the hawk is talking about taking a deep dive in. So I'm seeing here. This is to keep your balance. We were just sharing the activation about the Akashic records, really truly letting go of old soul lessons. Look at this. Not only do we have the hawk energy, but we have the eagle energy. Okay. So, and look at both. One of them is the first one, the hawk. We've aligned to this energy. Okay. There's an alignment and it's standing in that power. Where the eagle is saying, the ancestors here, do you see the red eye? The ancestors are saying, let spirit guide you. So, what I'm really getting here with that Akashic record, it was like, don't prejudge. In fact, in a lot of ways, my friends, this next 60 days and this activation coming at hand, how will it play out? It really depends on you here, okay? Because spirit wants to guide you. Look at, they want to take you. Your angels want to take you there. And we literally said, so make sure you ask your angels to take you there, because it's like, in a way, there's this scrutiny. Okay, so overall, I have the number 13. Ooh, this has got so much power for me, for you, because what I'm feeling overall, this has to do with the pearl, the backstage pass. Okay, the pearl is the wisdom, the queen's energy, the queen's jewelry. It is the wisdom that is accumulated through the challenges. Okay, so wherever you chose this is a reclamation, is what I'm hearing. A reclamation. The 13, you have aligned to collaboration. And it's like, whenever I see this card, I'm like, why is the mouse in the tree? He is not meant to be there. Look at, I have never noticed this heart here. Oh my goodness. So it's like you've been taken out on a ledge, but this is illusionary. You're being taken somewhere. Spirit is leading you. This is what's coming in. It's allow yourself to stay grounded. Get back on the ground. Love yourself. You're not on the ledge, okay? Don't allow those emotions to swallow you. Do you see everything together? Do you see the icons all together? You're definitely been taken within, okay? So the energy, I feel this energy is coming out of nowhere for you, and so you found yourself here to let you know this was meant for you. The rock, this was meant for you. This was the part that you were meant to hear. This was always in the star for you. You need to go down and find out you're not on this ledge. Have more love for yourself and to see things in the true light. This is seeing things from the vision of the shadow. And what you're being called is to see things from the confidence, from this mosaic pattern, which is you. The mosaic pattern are the broken parts of you, but they allow you to glimmer, especially in the sun. Do you see how this whole activation is coming together? Super powerful. So this is what's meant to lead you at this time. So at this time, if you want more information, I want you to go back and check out my Pearl Oracle. It is in the Spark of Wisdom folder. If you need any help finding it, please let me know. Okay, I would be happy to put you in to that at any time. So there's this new structure that's evolving through this challenge, right? Because we've had this challenge, this overall a challenge. And so the structure at this point for the next 60 days, we've got these crystals really showing you where you're at. We've got this pink Samson. Oh my God. I said Samsonite. That's not what it is. Smithsonite. Gosh, it's like a tongue twister. There's another 11. So you need to find the numbers are always talking to me. It's like we've got this structure, but it's the magic. And what I'm feeling here, and I don't know if you're seeing it, it's like this flexibility, this expansion. There's this fluidity. And this fluidity is happening a lot in what you're seeing, okay? When I say you're seeing here, I'm talking about the pineal gland, okay, is what's really coming up here. And we got the message from Archangel Haniel, you've got me spin round, round, baby, round, round. So it's like maybe you're not seeing what spirit wants you to see at this point, okay? And so what I'm feeling here is we need to unfreeze something. That's the fluidity that I'm feeling, okay? So just allow unconditional love for yourself. Allow this melting. There's like this melting that's happening at this point, okay? So we've got that. So that's number 11. That's a vibration of 11. Then we have this beautiful garnet. Now, like, how heavy is this? So look at this. It's like at the same point in time, we're aligning to this fluidity, but we want to keep ourselves grounded, okay? So it's like, in a way, I'm feeling like this big energy, being able to be grounded and also connect and also be aligned to connect at the same time. So it's like I'm feeling this big energy, this connection in between. And there's this fluidity. And this garnet is more associated with the lower chakras. And the garnet is very heavy. It's got this substance. It allows you to keep yourself in balance as you're integrating. Okay? So it's like, don't misunderstand the heaviness because what I'm feeling at this time is that things are really maybe discombobbled. There's a lot of energy coming in. Yeah, look at this. Oh my God, I was just saying this. There's a ton of energy coming in, and I'm feeling this crown activation at this time. So along with this pineal gland being activated at this point in time, this is what's fixed for you to have an expansion in this vision. But in order to expand our vision, and when I say that, it's not just what we see. It's like it's our vision is like our purpose, right? Our mission, what we see for ourselves. And there's all this energy coming in at this time. Forgive me. And all this energy is coming in and it's affecting your crown chakra. Celestite is for your crown chakra. And it's really getting to the bottom. It's like really kind of filtering in. It's almost like what I'm feeling is almost like this, like, okay. And when I make that noise, it's like an instant cleansing. Okay. That's like when you're like, what I'm getting is like when you like cleanse your aura. Okay, this is what I'm feeling here. But what's super interesting is there's a lot of spirit and a lot of energy, fast moving energy here. And I think what can happen at this time is it can feel a little scary. Okay, so I really want you, as much as we're like saying, yes, allow spirit to guide you, also keep yourself grounded, because this is about this is for your heart chakra. It's like keeping yourself in this higher heart, unconditional love, stepping into this passion. Okay, everything is going full circle, but it's about holding all these energies together. Okay, and look at this. Okay, so who's coming forward to help you? I'm smiling because right away I see the cat. Okay, so this is the energy that the angels want to teach you. They want to teach you how to deal with these such high vibrations, right? So we know the cat is very high vibrational, and in fact, if you have a cat, already know that you are high vibration spirit. Cats only really work with people that are really high vibration, and they will work with you to increase your vibration. Okay, so there's a collaboration going on with the cat. And look at this in the center. It's like this double helix. It's like the DNA activation. And so this is what's happening at this time. And what's super interesting is the cat is looking to the left. And so this is a point in your journey where it's like so much is happening. You're like, what is happening? There's so much going on that you don't know what's going on. And so we're taking a moment to get yourself into balance, to really connect with spirit. Okay, you have a strong connection. You're very high vibrational. This is what's fixed. You've just got to really connect to that. Okay. And that's why you're being asked to ask your angels to take you to the Akashic records so that you can really have more of a foundation, almost like show me what's next. What's the next step? How can I continue on this journey? It's like I'm almost so discombobulated. I need your guidance for the next step. And Spirit is coming in and saying, we got you. We got you. We know you don't know which step to take. Look at all this vibration around you. You've got all these changes happening inside you. It's like there's so many different moving parts. But be relaxed and be independent. You be independent, meaning working with your angels, working with what's within you, because the cats, they can move between dimensions. And so at this point in time, in this point in the journey, what you need to understand, what's fixed for you, is the ability. You are a multi-dimensional being, my friend, and you are literally learning to travel in between the different chakras, the different dimensions, and they communicate. Your chakras communicate what's happening on those dimensions. So it's like you're really coming full circle here. You're really finding out these vibrations. Look at this. You're coming full circle. You're understanding the structure. Okay. The ants cooperate with the highest good of the community. Coming into the community, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you have questions, it's like, look at, there are lots of people that know where you've been. They can lead you. And it's like, see this energy? It's like recoding your DNA is what I'm seeing here. And it's like you can see the spiral coming down and how it affects the structure. And it's like, but this comes in bits and pieces through different interactions that you have. We all have this piece of the puzzle. We're all part of the piece of the puzzle, for we are all one in the same. So it's like there's this energy coming into your world right now. It is for you. Okay. It is like what I'm getting here now with the ants. I've not really gotten this with this card, but what I'm getting here is like in like if you could look at an ant farm, okay, through the glass, you would see all the framework that's happening, and you would understand if you tuned into what ant number 108 is doing, it would give you more clarity of the bigger vision, okay, is what I'm trying to say, especially when you understand that that 108 ant, I'm not sure why I'm choosing 108, but I am, is that you, my friend, are also part of that same essence. You have been part of that essence, and you are part of that essence. We get to choose the perspective. We get to choose where we see ourselves, where we place ourselves. And that's the ultimate beauty of what Metatron tries to let us know. Okay, and I love that Metatron's cube is here, because Metatron's cube to me is always clearing that dark matter, clearing all the energy that tries to keep us confused, off path, strayed from our gifts. So just know, whenever you're finding this is a very healing time for you. This is a structure change for you, and so you want to definitely keep plugged in, because just working with others is very rooted and grounding. Okay. We've got some energy coming in now for your authenticity. Some tips at this time for your feminine energy. We have the beautiful Kuan Lin, Ascended Master. I have worked with her very much myself, learning how to have compassion and care for yourself. Many of us have been on these journeys. What I'm seeing here, of course, what's being amplified is the lotus. And the lotus has such a journey in itself, and so do you. You're being reminded that you've been on this beautiful journey. And this journey, you have gone through the muckiest of muck. And now you're rising up into this new structure, and you're unleashing, really, you're unleashing something super powerful at this time. And this is that well of dreams. If you're finding this in if this is your last card, no, this is the final leg of this challenge. Okay. When you find this could potentially be the last leg of this challenge. to really open up and have the illumination of the full moon is what you might see here. But what I see is the illumination of the well of dreams, the illumination of what compassion and how the compassion that you have for yourself and your journey and how that wakes up the imagination and allows that to mix with the magic. This is what we're talking about here. Okay? And so this is the part in your process where you're realizing is what's unfolding. What's unfolding. And what's unfolding, my friends, is your connection with the divine. Your connection with the divine. All this energy is coming in at this point to really open you up and expand you. Okay? So follow your guidance and your intuition. For your feminine, for your masculine energy, know that you are, this is coming in. Hold on a second. I always mix this up. This is actually number 6. Hold on. I got little post-it notes everywhere. So number 6, hold on, I'm trying to find it, is all about, the first card was the magic you're meant to hear. This is what you're not seeing, okay? What you're not seeing is, look at this. Oh my gosh. These cards are really beautiful, and it's really very similar energy. Like, do you see? It's like the same. It's like the same energy, but there's a difference. There's an expansion here. Okay? So this is what you don't see at this time. This is what your angels want you to see. This is what they're teaching you. Okay? What we just talked about. But this is what you don't see, is that there's this huge unfoldment and this garden, and look at this alchemy. Oh my gosh, it's just so beautiful, especially when we keep seeing this well of dreams behind. It's like this unfolding, this expansion, this growth. And it's not just about growth with you, it's a growth within a garden, the garden of life, the garden, the garden beyond you. Okay, but it starts with you. And it's like this. What I'm kind of getting is that movie, The Never Ending Story. And it's like, you know how they had the nothing? This is like the polar opposite. This is what I'm seeing. It's like this garden, and it just opens up and unfolds. And this is really coming full circle because the whole inspiration, I literally could show you the note that I channeled. It said, make sure you have um, a bunny, a rose, a snake, the sun, and think of the little prince. That's what I was told. And so this to me is kind of speaking about that growth, because we're in the desert. Remember, we're in the desert this whole time, but look at what you're doing. You're transforming the desert. You're giving new life. And this has all come from the quest. And this has all come from the quest. So here are the prayers from your angels. Divine timing and self-sufficiency. What do they share in common is growth and movement and pattern. Do you see that? The divine brings things in timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear God. And what I love about that is this was the time for you to choose the rock. This was the time for you to choose. You think about the rock in the desert. Think about how hot it is during the day and how cold it is at night, right? And so to me, this is a lot of what you've been experiencing throughout this activation and at this time. And it's like you're learning the value of being able to change in between the emotions of the climate that we're surrounded in. And this is the true power of the challenge, is to grow and expand in a place that you never thought you could. And this is the magic of the 44. And this is how we're ending this beautiful transformation process that realize that you're going to be going in through the whole year. So this is your divine timing to find this message. And the last prayer, the ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need my people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source, and I am willing to receive all the help, all the love, and all the support that wants to come. And this is what's so perfect about choosing the rock. Okay. And I don't know why, but right away from the rock, oh my gosh, I just think it's so beautiful to end on this note. I'm actually feeling emotional because we've been talking about the well of dreams, which is like all this water, this crystalline water, just ready to rush and nourish through all the chakras. And this is that imagination, the wonder, the beauty, the looking at with the childlike eyes. And what I'm seeing here, this is a beautiful way, as this was we went through the ways that I picked the 6. It may not have been the way you picked, and that's okay. But the message I'm getting at this point is that story that was shared. I think it's in the Bible. Everything kind of leads back to the Bible in some way. But how do you get water from the rock? And how do you get water from the rock, my friends, is believing in magic and believing in the wonder and the imagination that we all store in our individuality and what we're meant to bring forward into standing into that purpose. And what I think is beautiful about this whole activation, the final message I'll leave you with, is this is individual for all of us. And in a way, we're being held to the fire in a way. In a fire, when I say in the desert, in the fire, it's like there's this knowing that everything will come at perfect time. Everything that we need, that's where we're getting the divine timing. If we're hungry, we will be fed. If we're thirsty, we will find a way to quench the thirst. If we need the healing will come in. This is the culmination of this beautiful activation, the 44. Okay, the 44, really unleashing. And can you see that when you see yourself in this light, which is actually in a way, it's feeling very overwhelming to communicate what I'm feeling and trying to say here. But when you see yourself in this light, of the bigger picture of what this challenge is all about, do you see how you can literally harness and change your own universe? That is the power that is coming forth at this time, is the reality to understand that you are not a circumstance. This is the power that you stand into. You have the power to change. You are not the circumstance. You are the catalyst. You are the catalyst. And that's what I want to leave you with at this time. I've just got goosebumps everywhere. You are the catalyst. And it is because what you put, what rocks you throw, oh my gosh, what rocks you throw into the water is the ripple effect that will spread throughout everything that we know. That is how powerful we really are. And that's what this activation is about. So thank you for letting me chat with you. Thank you for coming back. I'm going to remind you, okay, this is a progressive oracle. So come back in 60 days for your next message. If you've been hanging out with me, some of you have been, I say thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. And, these messages will come back and find you again. Tomorrow night, Spark of Wisdom, new wisdom, the Tasmanian Devil, which came up. If you chose the rose first, you're going to want it to come back tomorrow. So much love, y'all. This was really fun. I was really nervous when I started this because this is so different than I've ever encountered. You should see I have like 40 Post-it notes. I have, all this oracle, and each one had 16 cards of like 9 different oracle, all from the angels and your ancestors. I hope this finds you with love. I hope this gives you some insights. I hope this prompts your knowings. I hope this confirms the information you've been given. I hope this leads you in the direction of divinity between you and source. And I hope that it finds you blessed. Thank you for being here. We'll see you again soon. Goosebumps. Bye.